afternoon,
everyone,
everyone,
or
or
evening,
or
or
whatever,
whatever it is.
whatever it is.
While
While we're
we're
here
here
tonight
for
for
the
the
Spanish
Spanish
Grand
Grand
Prix,
Prix,
and
and of course it's usually it's usually more often later on the calendar, isn't it? But this is the second round, isn't it? Here tonight,
and
and it's the Spanish Grand Prix.
We
We haven't got
the
the
new
new track layout this season, unfortunately, but we will hopefully have it on one of the updates. Fingers crossed, anyway. Because they altered turn 10, didn't they? And they've made it more back to how it used to be, didn't it? 16 turns around this 2.8 mile circuit. Valtteri Bottas has got the lap record from 2020, but of course you're not interested about Bottas. You all know who's got the lap record of all time in ALR. And ALR's lap record of all time is actually 3 seconds quicker than Bottas's. As it is Emerson from last season who did a 15.8 there. Gosh, as my eyesight's getting really bad. Or maybe it's just because I'm a little tired. Of course, the all-time lap record around here is actually set by Eat the Cookie, who was set back in season 4 now, 14.174. Whether that is going to be broken or not, we'll find out, shall we? Well, we will find out tonight whether that's the case or not. In the Drivers' Championship, Dangerous Times then, who won his first ever Grand Prix of the season opener last week in a fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It was amazing. It really was indeed. Apparently, there's 2 me's, so I don't know how that happens, but there we go. But yeah, so we have got Dangerous Times then, who is currently in the championship. Second position is Pillars then. Yes, indeed then. Right then, hang on a minute. Well, let me see if I can get rid of this echo. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Uh-oh. We're done. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh gosh. Yes. Anyway, cracking back on with this. Yeah, of course, Danger Times, who won his first ever Grand Prix of his ALR career last week, didn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed then for Danger Times. Pillars in second position. Dan Murphy in third position as well. Fantastic stuff, Fed. Absolutely great stuff indeed then. Right then. Anyway, let's get let's get on with the action, shall we? Around the Spanish Grand Prix. So, of course, we had an unusual situation, I think, didn't we, where he had 11 point score last week, didn't we? Is that the case? Am I telling porkies? I think I might be telling porkies, actually. No, I'm not. Yes, we did have 11 point score because, of course, the new rule in ALR this season is of course, so you get fastest lap wherever you are in the running order. You will get the fastest lap then. So it's not just the top 10 anymore. It is also it's just basically anywhere you finish, really. But there we go then. So that's a cool new feature. That is, I quite like that indeed. Then, yes. So right then, let's get down to business and let's get this show on the road, I think. And then we quickly go to the comments section, shall I? Gio saying hello, good evening, Gio. We've also got Jamie N right then, who is second, and yes, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a good evening, and of course, Dylan evening, Kakarot evening, and Sloth evening as well. Gunnar say best of luck, gold, and a great stuff indeed. And Theo evening as well. Good evening to Jonathan Cox. Good evening to Sirius Mushroom. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As Jamie is saying best of luck, silver. Oh goodness gracious me, I think he's got the wrong day. Well, it's still in the lobby at the moment. And yeah, yes, there's a lot of echo now, but it's now we've got a lobby restart, and so that's not good, is it really? So I'll keep an eye out to see what's occurring then. Dan has just said my comment. Yeah, I know. Apologies. There was 2 me's for some unknown reason. I think I needed to sort out my source, didn't I? Really? But as you were. Anyway, it's Kaz saying a good day, good evening, Kaz. Hope you're well. I'm not even going to repeat what Serious Russian just put there. You do. I think you don't want any more of me. Blimey. One's enough. Good gosh. So you don't want 2 of me. Good grief, man. Yeah, we've also got Jamie. We've also got Picasso saying bonjour, good evening, Picasso, brilliant stuff indeed. Yes, just take a quick look down there. Young Light saying evening to everyone. I hope and best of luck tonight. I hope everyone is well. Great stuff indeed. Emerson saying orange helmets for tonight. Then, of course, then after the marshal who lost his life yesterday, unfortunately, in Brands Hatch. So yeah, good idea there from Emerson to all be wearing the orange helmet. So yeah, cracking stuff. Cracking stuff indeed. Right, for Emerson's idea though, great stuff. Right then, so yes, so we are getting a lobby restart, and then hopefully we'll be on with the show, shall we? No, just waiting then, just waiting for the lobby to get in there. Is Chaz also saying evening, people as well. Good evening, Chazza. We got a couple of transfers to tell you about tonight, haven't we? Of course, well, we got two new drivers then that are making their debut for their for their respective teams. Then, of course, one of those drivers then is Dan Murphy, who's returning back to a full-time seat then, and he will be driving, I think, the Red Bull, if I'm not very much mistaken. And of course, we have also got. Oh, I've forgotten. Oh, and yes, Milan then, who had pole position last week, didn't he? With a fantastic time. Unfortunately, before he even finished the first lap, he was around in circles, wasn't he? But Milan had fantastic pace, didn't he? He'll now be driving full time for the Haas team then, as unfortunately Equals has had to step out, which is such a shame. It really is, isn't it? Because Equals is one of my drivers of the season potentially, but that is not. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, is it now? Well, it might come back, but unfortunately, he's had to. He's just had to just step back slightly. Right then. So yes, John for Cook's just telling me to restart the game. Yes, indeed. So unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm having a bit of a problem getting to the lobby now. But there we go. And of course, as I just say, look, yes, there's Young Likes welcoming back Dan and Milan. It's great stuff indeed, isn't it? To have both those drivers, former pole sitters back in ALR. It's great stuff indeed. That Ayrton, hello. Is that a Williams in the thumbnail? Rather fitting after today, indeed. Yes, of course. There. If anyone watched the Hungarian Grand Prix, what a fabulous Grand Prix it was indeed. Then, one of the most crazy. Is it the best race of the season? Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's been some cracking races, hasn't there, over the course of this season? Very good stuff indeed. Then, and just as Enright saying, for me, it's a black screen. Then, oh gosh, well, what's a black screen? Well, I'm not sure. I think you may have a bit of a problem there. Oh, but Jamie, is if you've got a black screen. Canada is cheering for the prancing ponies then. Oh, yes, indeed. It's a shame, actually, that Canada's not on the calendar. I really miss Canada. It's one of my favourite races of the season. And, of course, in the real world of Formula 1 anyway, not on this game. And, of course, am I spectating? I am spectating. Good stuff. Right then. So we're just now waiting to get in the lobby, and waiting just to get this session going, and we'll be good. There's two Dans in the Red Bull, so Dan and Dan then. Goodness gracious me, then I'm going to get completely confused by that. But there we go. Well, one of them is Dynamo, and one of them is the other Dan Murphy, isn't it? Now, but it looks like we're losing people again from the lobby then. So this is not a very good start to tonight's session, is it? Really? Jonathan saying it may be another Spain moment for me then. Yeah, of course, Jonathan had one of the most horrific. Yeah, I had one of the most horrific smashes in qualifying last season. I think that maybe the season before actually. It was its 50th Grand Prix start, wasn't it? For Jonathan. And serious Russia said for Jonathan to clear the fence. Said, of course. Then so I wonder how his high jumping skills are. Eric saying, what a pity, Nigel is still on holiday. I think he is still on holiday. Nigel is there, but I'm looking forward to seeing Nigel back soon. Of course, he is, the first ever ALR world champion, wasn't he? Of course, he clinched it with one round to go. Emerson, of course, was the earliest ever ALR world champion, clinching it in round 15, which is absolutely astonishing, isn't it, from last season? Of course, I'll be very surprised if Emerson wins it that early this season. However, he is a talented driver, but there is a lot of there's 19 other drivers that wants to knock him off his perch this season, and of course, I'm looking forward to seeing the challengers line him up then. Oh gosh, got a couple of more comments, and then hopefully the lobby can get started and we can see some amazing racing. And Young like saying, yeah, it was his 50th Grand Prix appearance. Oh, gosh, so I'm quite happy about that because my memory is going these days. But there we go. I think a lot of spins at that corner today. Turn 9, it is a perilous turn, isn't it? Turn 9 is. Of course, I haven't said that though. Last week, last week we had a really odd corner where they kept spinning off at turn 3, didn't they? Really, rather than the perilous turn 12. We did have a couple of victims in the end then, but it was more turn 3, and even I think we had a big smash of Mr. Elite, didn't we? At turn 11 at the bottom of the hill. So that was quite a impact as well. Luckily, he was okay, but I think he did bring out the safety car, didn't he? We've also got Al H44. Evening, good evening, Al H. I hope you're having a lovely time out there. It's the outside curve you have to watch now, and yes, of course, there's I'm glad that Serious Mushrooms on the commentary because I haven't really played this game much. To be fair, all basically I think I buy I think it's the £80 game I buy just to sit and talk about cards going around in a circle. Right, hopefully third time's a charm, and we'll be into this session quite quick. Goodness me, we've already been on air for 14 minutes then, but hopefully we'll get there in just a jiffy then. So don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a cracker of a Grand Prix. I have no doubt about that, and I'm sure you're going to get some better pictures than just watching at the lobby. Vapor Shadows, evening, good evening, Vapor. I hope you're having a cracking day then, as of course he will be driving the McLaren. He's a super sub in replace for Nigel, of course, as Nigel's on a holiday. And so yeah, we are just Turn 8 is my corner. Yes, indeed. There. Yes, I think that we're going to rename Turn. Is it Turn 8 or Turn 9? I think it's Turn 9, isn't it? We're going to rename Turn 9 the Jonathan Cox corner, or you could call it Cox corner as well, because it's got 2 C's. I know. I love that. Yes, I do love my. Is it personification? Is it where you have? I don't know. I know. I never did. I think I failed English. I'm sure I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did fail English. Unfortunately I got a D. Or did I get a C? No, I think it was a D in the end, actually. No, it was a C. I think I got a C, actually, on the second time of asking. I got a D in science. Let's just say I'm not very... I should stay away from the Oda science and all that kind of stuff. The Bunsen burner was... I loved that. Unfortunately, I burnt my hand on the one. Right then. Well, hopefully... Well, we're just waiting for 2 more drivers by the looks of things, and then we should be all good to go. Gamer saying... Jamie saying I'm ready to get a DNF there, and Jamie saying good luck as well. Then, as a gamer hates this track. Yeah, I got, and to be honest, it's a really odd one, isn't it? Because I think Emerson was saying how much he liked this track the other day. I was like, really? It's not a track that it's not a track that for me that lives long in the memory, but it has been on the Formula 1 calendar since 1991, hasn't it? And of course, with that famous shot where it was Ayrton Senna against Nigel Mansell going wheel to wheel when Ayrton Senna was in the McLaren and Nigel Mansell was in the Red 5 Williams car, wasn't it? But yeah, what a cracking race that was as well. One of my favourite Spanish Grand Prix, actually, outside of ALR, was the 1996 Grand Prix, because Michael Schumacher, the Rainmaster, don't think that race would have happened today, because it was absolutely pouring down. It really was indeed. Damon Hill, who went on to become the champion that season, unfortunately had a bit of a nightmare of a day, didn't he, really? So, Rich, I think he spun several times before ending up in the pit wall, I think, as he crashed there. Also, yeah, but Schumacher was absolutely amazing that day. I think Jean Alesi, who's usually a good wet wear driver as well, he had a good race as well as Jean did, I think, but yeah, he was just outclassed by Michael Schumacher. Fantastic, wasn't it? Yeah, I love that race. The race that really hurts me, I must say, is the 2013 Spanish Grand Prix. Unfortunately, Lewis Hamilton, who started second on the grid, finished 12th that day because the Mercedes, before the hybrid era, remember that they had a problem with chewing up their tires so quickly, especially in the first half of 2013. The tires were just, they're just like chewing gum, really. They just kept falling apart. Does chewing gum fall apart? I don't know, to be fair. No, it doesn't, does it, really? So that's probably a bad, I don't know. Oh gosh, there is Sunday, isn't it? Oh my word. I've had a very long weekend, I am, it looks like we're losing people again from the lobby, so this is not looking too good at the moment, is it? Apologies about the delay, ladies and gents, but hopefully we'll get something going in just a minute. Well, it's a good opportunity to talk about the drivers and the constructors' standings, isn't it, really? So let's go through them. Right, in the driver standings, and Dangerous Times then, who won the Grand Prix, his first ever Grand Prix win of last week, wasn't he? It's the first ever Grand Prix win of his career. It's fantastic. Pillars in second position there, but Pillars at the moment there is having he's in a great run of form, isn't he? He's had his last two Grand Prix, he's won and finished second. Fantastic. Murphy back on the podium as well. Then of course he'll be hoping for another podium stay on his debut for the Red Bull team. Emerson in fourth position. In fourth position in the Friday, of course he is the defending champion. Fifth position is Sloffen. Sixth position is Gamer with Carboy 7th, Liam 8th, Troy in 9th, German in 10th position with Milan in 11th. German in 10th position, Milan in 11th position. And of course we got we could potentially have 11-point scorers this season. In the constructors' standings, sorry, I lost my tab. In the constructors' standings, Williams leads 7 points in front of the Alfa Romeo team, who are second at the moment. And third position is the McLaren team. Fourth is Ferrari. Red Bull Racing are in fifth position. Aston Martin sixth. Seventh position is the Alfa Tauri. Eighth is the Mercedes. Ninth is the Alpine. The Haas team haven't got off the mark yet, but they were hoping to put that wrong right tonight. Then, so really, 9 teams have already scored in the World Championship. Absolutely incredible, isn't it? My goodness me, that just shows how competitive and how great Bahrain was last week, wasn't it? So I'm hoping for more of the same now. For more of the same this week. I mean, it was a cracking race, wasn't it? And it looks like I'm going to have to restart my game again. Hang on 1 second, folkies, and then we'll be hopefully this is just a blip in the system, and we'll be erasing in just a minute or two. I still can't get used to the EA startup at the beginning because I keep thinking I'll put FIFA or stuff like that because they're Formula 1 FIFA, they both start with F. That's kind of just me, really, isn't it? I'm a simple man, really. I just make life easier. Right then, hopefully we'll be going in just a jiffy then, as oh dear, Emerson, that's an appalling comment there. We got Chaz saying, what about the game now? I know, just take a look down there. As a camera racer, hi all racers, hi Sean, a good racer, goal tonight then, great stuff fed. So Jonathan has asked, why is he the host then? And am I a spectator? I am now. So good stuff. Jonathan's asked, why is he the host? I hope you're not the host anymore, John, then. We've also got Enright saying, Sean, who's the admin of gold? I think Paul, Farf is the admin of gold then. Kakarot Gold saying good luck gold. Then A up Camaro. Yes, Koku said it was Farf as well. As Jonathan saying the game is seriously broken at the moment. I'm not really sure what the hold up is. It looks like we're trying to get someone in the lobby, or is there a problem with the lobby itself? It might be the problem with the lobby itself, actually, mightn't it? So this is not looking too good, is it? Unfortunately, but hopefully something will get sorted out in just a minute or two. I was talking about my favourite Spanish Grand Prix race, but this might be a bit of a short conversation, really, because I like these. It's all right, the Spanish Grand Prix, I suppose, but it's not one track that I look forward to really. On the game and in real life, to be fair. Of course, we had a cracking race in 2016 where both Mercedes came together. As Verstappen on his debut for the Red Bull team won that race. Is Dan Murphy going to emulate Verstappen with his debut tonight for his debut in the Red Bull tonight? Then, of course, taking a look at Murphy's overall stats, this is going to be his 91st Grand Prix start tonight for Dan. Of course, he has never won a Grand Prix in ALR Gold. He has won Grand Prix in silver and in bronze, but he has never won one in gold yet, as he's had 4 pole positions as well. Of course, he took pole position last season as well in the Canadian Grand Prix. 16 podiums to his name, and I think that is the 3rd highest on the current crop of drivers. So good stuff indeed. 7 fast laps, 9 Driver of the Day awards then, because he is Mr. Driver of the Day award. As he's 3 in front of the next highest in the current crop of drivers, which is Emerson, who's got 6. And of course, he's only had 15 DNFs in 90 starts. That is incredible, actually. That's really incredible to say for that then. That's really good indeed, isn't it? Emerson of 81 starts only had 7 DNFs as well. So really, it just shows. It's really consistency is the key, isn't it? Really good stuff. Of course, so Dan they got the most starts in Gold's current crop of drivers. Then, so hopefully he can get a Grand Prix win tonight, then, or sooner rather than later. Then he's been close, but no cigar. Of course, in terms of our current crop of drivers, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7 drivers on the current grid then who has a Grand Prix win to their name. It's incredible, isn't it? The talent pool in gold is absolutely magnificent, isn't it? It really is indeed. Right then, just going back to the old comments then, as good luck gold there for Theo. Far fears OMG then, as this quality is going to be brilliant then. As we're now finally ready to get going then. And so then the countdown is on then. Look at this then, 10 seconds to go. We've only got 19 drivers then, so I'm not sure who's missed the cut or whatnot, but that's a big blow, isn't it, really? That's so unfair. But hopefully I can get into the session in the... hopefully I can get into the session later on, maybe, even if they... even if they can't qualify, hopefully they'll get a race anyway. But that's such a shame. Now is going to make it difficult because I don't know actually who we're missing really, which is appalling, isn't it? To be honest, my journalism is absolutely appalling. It really is, isn't it? John was saying, "Let's go!" And hopefully we will be going in just a minute in time next. I think you've had enough of listening to me talk absolute nonsense for the first 20 minutes of the stream then, so that's not good at all, really, is it? But hopefully. Hopefully we'll be going in a minute. So we've got 19 cars, but I looked at. So in qualifying one, we'll be looking to lose 4 drivers, and 4 of the bottom drivers. Qualifying 2 should be 5, unless we have a crash, which we might have a crash depending on who's got their setup right. Then this track is very much a setup dependent circuit, isn't it? There. So of course, if you have a good setup, then you should be all right around here then. So it's definitely more. It's definitely more of a chassis circle, isn't it? The Spanish Grand Prix. I think we got all 20 drivers in, haven't we? It looks like we have. That's cracking stuff, but good stuff. So hopefully, we'll be going in just a minute. By the way, I've lost my hairband last night. I'm absolutely disgusted with myself, which means I'm gonna go out and buy another one now. Because I used to have 2 actually. I had a gold one for gold races, a silver one for silver races, and then unfortunately I never got a bronze one. But there we go. Yeah, I can never find it because the bronze one looked quite like the gold, really, didn't it? There we go. I'm talking absolute rubbish again. Well, hopefully we'll be going now because I keep seeing a lot of green ticks there come up on my screen, which usually means that the admin is telling the drivers to let's go. And hopefully we will be going in just a second then. And it's also good because we've got a full crop of drivers as well. So that means we're going to have 5 drivers then dropping out of qualifying 1, 5 in qualifying 2, and then it'll be pole position then for the top 10. Who is going to get on pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix? I was reading a couple of when people were talking about. I listened to a podcast actually about the about Formula, about what radical ideas could what radical ideas can happen with Formula One with the show or stuff like that. And one of them was a super pole actually, which I quite liked. And like where you go, it's like similar like Formula E, isn't it? Really, where they got four groups. I'm not really sure about the group stage, but then they have like a super pole at the end, don't they? Where I think they have like the top 6 or the top 5 go for pole position. They only have 1 lap. I think that'd be quite cool for Formula One, just to have 1 lap for super pole after the qualifying sessions are done. But that's just my opinion there. Right then. As we're now starting off the Grand Prix, and oh my golly gosh, it is raining, and it is pouring. Oh goodness me, it is intermediate tires then as well for the drivers. Oh goodness me, then yeah, so it was pouring down with rain as well, and it is pouring. Oh goodness me. Gosh, there I was just making sure that I thought I sat on my mute button now. I thought this mute button doesn't actually tell me if I'm muted or not, so that ain't good, is it? Right then, at this moment then, so we have got, it's raining then, we're a couple of minutes into qualifying, but no one has come out onto the circuit yet, have they? Which is interesting. I wonder if this rain is going to just ease off later on in the session, perhaps, and no one wants to be having issues then and like peaking before the rain stops then potentially. And of course, I hope everyone has got helmet designs this week. I was absolutely appalled last week with some of the default helmets out there. So hopefully everyone's got a helmet design for this week then. Of course, this is round 2 out of 20 races this season in ALR Gold. Of course, it's very unusual to Spain, so we're on, isn't it? So, because I got to say, it's really weird to me to have Spain in the second race of the season, and we're just waiting then. So no one's coming out on track yet, and of course we've had a delay for the session now, so it's almost 8 o'clock. My word, there. But we're now ready to get going. But we will be ready to get going, but unfortunately, no one is keen to come out on the track yet. No, I think that I'm thinking that might be because the rain might be drying up then, rain might be going away soon. Then, so the fast, of course, the drier the track gets, the quicker the times are, and that's what they might be waiting for. It's going to feel like old school qualifying here, isn't it? Where, remember, they used to have an hour-long sessions there with 12 laps, 4 tyres. Well, of course, 4 tyres, because otherwise it would be like Trotter's van, wouldn't it? Really, with the three-wheeler van. But I think I've seen someone come out on the circuit. I have seen someone come out on the circuit. It is Milan. There he is, and we're on board now with Milan as he is just. He is just now coming through turn 2. And look, turn 2 is a precarious corner as well as turn 9. And the track is quite saturated out there. The best way to drive a track is, of course, to put a Formula 1 car on there. And Murphy's retired from the session. I thought that they were still in the wall. And Milan is off. And, of course, he had pole position last week, didn't he? But goodness me, as he is now... As he is, he's almost off the grass there. Oh, he was off the grass, wasn't he? I'm wondering what the drivers were waiting for then. Perhaps they just wanted to, maybe they was just adjusting their setups and perhaps accordingly for the race then. I wonder, and then the other question will be, is it going to be raining in the race? And that is another question that we need to be keeping an eye on, don't we? Milan there coming down the back straight then. And of course, there's 2 DRS zones around here. We're not going to be concerned about the DRS just yet, are we? Because when it's raining, then the DRS is disabled, isn't it? So of course, that is just mainly for the safety, isn't it? Milan, they're going over the curbs as well. And of course, I've just read somewhere that the curbs are going to be quite precarious, aren't they? Lovely helmet design, by the way, from Milan. I think it's one of my favourites. The final turn there as well is we got a lot of rain on that camera there, haven't we? As goodness gracious me. And now then we're coming across the line, and here comes Milan then to start us off. Then 4 minutes have gone in this qualifying session. There's an Alpine coming out as well, and as we're dropping down into turn 1 there, I think Dylan has just said then that. Dan's forgot his keys, hasn't he, for his Red Bull? Maybe he's actually gone to get a kind of Red Bull there. Gamer's just said it is dry race, so it is a dry race, and so the drivers are going to have to. Goodness me, look at the water on the camera again then. It is absolutely, Becca just said, it's chucking it down there. Jeepers me, my word. And so Milan there just executing turn 6, that would do, wouldn't it? Back on board, and now with Milan as we're going into turn 7 and 8, then look at this, it's uphill. This is you don't want to get on the curve too much, so that's very silky smooth there from Milan, as he is a very silky smooth driver. Oh my goodness, read Alice not though. He has cut the corner. It's a invalidation of the time, and sadly Milan is going to invalidate that time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry. Then we've got a Ferrari out there though. It is Emerson, I think, then, who of course owns the fastest lap around here, the lap record around here, doesn't he? In the Ferrari then as well. Matango has left the session now, and look at that. Now I think that the camera work needs to be. They need to put a cover over the camera, don't they? Look at those raindrops there coming down on the camera screen now. Goodness me! So just on board of Emerson now is, of course, he's got the orange helmet in tribute then for the Marshal who died yesterday at Brands Hatch. Then, so a good touch there for Emerson. Great stuff indeed. Then, as he's now hop, skipping, and jumping over the curbs then into the final turn as well. There's 16 turns on this circuit, and the drivers probably know this circuit like the back of their hand, because this is the circuit where they would do the most testing, won't they, on the game. 4/10 of a second behind Pillars at the moment. So Pillars is the quickest driver there, and I must say that this is a borderline. It's still intermediate tires, because there's no big puddles on the circuit yet then, but the track is quite saturated, isn't it? And that is not good. That's not good at all. And coming down into turn 1 there, Dylan was hoping for a wet race tomorrow. Remember that Dylan, of course, on his debut for Silver last week, took the race win, didn't he? A fantastic result for him and the AlphaTauri team, as I think young Tommy came third as well, didn't he? Jonathan Cox said he's got. I think his history here has been a bit up and down, hasn't it? Jonathan Cox has had that humongous smash in qualifying, didn't he? And of course, I think he also was 1 lap away from winning the Grand Prix in the. I think it was season 3, wasn't it, or something like that, when he was, oh goodness me, well, I think when he was driving the Alfa Romeo? Oh, Jonathan there having a snap of oversteer there, not to control the car. Danger Times then is gone into 6th position. Dynamo Dan then in 7th in the Red Bull Mona. Liam is 8th fast at the moment. Here comes William there in the Williams there, flying past me now before going down. Milan has had a much better fist of things. He is the fastest so far in the Haas. Brilliant stuff indeed. That absolutely fantastic as accelerating away then for William then. On board now with William there, of course, he's been a pole sitter before. He's never won a Grand Prix, and disappointingly, he's also got a default helmet then. So that is absolutely an outrage for me. An absolute outrage, I say. Just on board then with William then. Look how gingerly he has taken those that final chicane there. Oh my gosh, and he spun it out, and he's into the wall, and I think that's a damage to the car, I think now. And of course, I don't think can he get it repaired? Is the question on my mind now. But William there, who of course had pole position at the Belgian Grand Prix a couple of seasons ago, season 2 I think it was, and unfortunately for William, he may have curtailed his qualifying section if is a major damage to the back of that car. Oh dear. Viper in the McLaren now just accelerated out of turn 6 as well. Pease is coming up to the line then, and on board now with Pease. There's Lost Souls goes into 6th position as well. Good stuff indeed there. So Pease is just starting us up, and Cowie is just coming through the turn 3 as well. Chaz has not come out of the pitch yet. Here comes Gamer, and of course Gamer, we've already heard he does not like this track, does he? Out of the final couple of corners and accelerated away, coming up to the line as well. And Milan has gone quicker still. He is flying, isn't he, at the moment? Gamer a couple of hundreds behind his teammate Jonathan Cox then, as the Aston Martin team are 8th and 9th then at this moment. And great stuff indeed then. As Dylan has just said, then a massive tank slapper there from William there. Oh, got yellow flag then. Is one of the cars that just gone away there. Dynamo Dan is a 10th for second down then. Liam is having another bite of the cherry as well, by the looks of things. Vapor goes in. Oh, he's invalidated this time. He's invalidated. I think he invalidated on the last corner then. And because of that then, that is really cost him, hasn't it? So he's got to lose 2 laps here. Now then is doing a hop, skipping a jump now. Cowie is and out of the final turn in the Alpine. Of course, Alpine are riding high, aren't they, after that incredible result in Hungary today as well. Can Cowie or the other Alpine car of Mr. Elite there get a race win today, or even a podium then? Well, we're going to find out then, because both those drivers have never won an ALR Gold yet. Then Pease goes at third fast at the moment. Once again, the top 4 from last week are again the top 4 this week, and I think those 4 drivers, and I'm going to include German as well, because he's fantastic, isn't he? On board Tango once again then, as Jonathan's in the wall. He is in the wall. He is out of qualifying. Jonathan is there. Oh goodness me! Then he does have a love-hate relationship there, doesn't he? With the Spanish Grand Prix. And yes, oh goodness me, Jonathan is out of qualifying then, and that is a bitter blow for the British-Italian driver. And oh goodness me, he is gonna not be a happy chappy, is he? Chaz is in the pits at the moment, not keen to come out in the wet yet. Then maybe I think Chaz may have lost an umbrella. Tango goes 5th fast. Hopefully he's still got technical gremlins on his PlayStation, which is such a shame, isn't it, for Tango, because he should, and he would be at the top end of the results, wouldn't he? And I think he would have won a couple of races as well. Emerson just gone at 3rd fastest. Nope, make that 4th again, because German's now got up in the 3rd fastest and yellow flag, as we got a couple of drivers then just slowing down at the top of the hill over there. Right, Vapor has not set a time just yet as he flies past. Then there's a Vapor. I think this is Vapor's debut tonight. Let me take a look at my old stat sheet. I think it is. It's definitely is a debut here in gold tonight. Good somebody then for good in 70 down for Viper, as Dynamo Dan is also... Oh gosh, I think Dynamo Dan has put it in the wall. He's put it in the wall. Oh gosh, that's exactly where Damon Hill crashed in 1996 in similar conditions to this. Well, actually, it's worse than these conditions. But what a shame. Now we've lost 2 drivers, Dynamo Dan and Jonathan, both out of qualifying. That is a major blow indeed, isn't it? What a shame now. What a shame now indeed then for both those drivers. So both Red Bulls are out of qualifying. We got an Aston Martin out of qualifying. So Chaz is in the pits at the moment, hasn't set a time. And nor has Viper, but he's going to try and do something about it now. Has Williams carbon fixed then after he backed into the wall on the final corner? Hopefully he has then. And hopefully he'll be back on... Hopefully we back all singing and all dancing there, William, as Vapor's invalidated his time again. He's got 7 minutes to go. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself, isn't he, Vapor is now? And oh goodness gracious me. Oh, lovely shot here from the nose coming. Keeping on what William's progress is that Liam has invalidated his time at the moment. Danger times and the man who won the Grand Prix in Bahrain. Well, it's completely different for this time last week, wasn't it? Of course, we was loving the nightlife in Bahrain. Now we're in Spain then during the day, and it's raining, isn't it? Of course, you don't come to Spain now to expect rain, do you? No, goodness me, because I would have been packing me shorts there, maybe Hawaiian top. Gamer on a lap at the moment, back on board with the Aston Martin now, as we are now going down into the second intermediate split time. Lovely shot here as well. Look at Gamer there. His teammate Jonathan, unfortunately, is in the wall, but Gamer there 6/10 of a second up in the second split time. That's good timing indeed, definitely. Aston Martin car 59, and then now into the very Mickey Mouse final sector. He's run wide there, Gamer Hansen, but luckily he's kept it in the confines of the racetrack by the looks of things. Anyway, accelerating out then and into the final turn as well. And let's see what Gamer could do then. Look at that, he's had to take 3-4 bites of the cherry there to get around the final turn over the line, and Gamer improves by 2/10 of a second. He lost a lot of time on that final sector there. It was a very messy final turn there, a very messy final sector there. Tango moves himself back on the fifth position. Pease has dropped down into sixth, and Tango's gone faster than anyone in the final sector. Cowie then, who is just in the final sector of the lap then. Danger Times is now just starting us up, so we're keeping an eye on that. We got an Aston Martin off there. We got an Aston Martin. Oh gosh, there, Gamer, both Aston Martins have been in the wall. That is not a good start, is it? But luckily for Gamer though, he Emerson's gone quicker by a tenth of a second. Luckily for Gamer, though, he has not damaged the car. He has damaged the car, obviously, but he can get back into the pits there and try and for Aston Martin to fix that car. Then, but goodness me, that's not ideal at all. It's back on board with Troy at the moment, and I think Troy is leading a bunch of cars there. William is off as well. Oh my word, then it is absolute anarchy, and that's where Hamilton crashed in 2010, I think. But of course, that was a dry day. He had a puncture, didn't he, in 2010? But William is out of qualifying. So there are some big names that are not going to be participating in the remainder of this qualifying session. My golly gosh, then this is absolute incredible, isn't it? I'd say the very least. Then. So we've lost Jonathan, we've lost Dynamo Dan, we've lost William, and Vapor at the moment there. Vapor Shadows needs to get a time on the board. Then otherwise he's out of qualifying. And same with Chazza as well in 20th position there. Chazza's just started us out and back on board with Vapor as we go down into turn 10. Then of course it's not the reprofiled turn 10, is it? That Alpine was looking very skittish in the background, wasn't it? Goodness, good gosh there. So we've lost 4 drivers then already in the session. So who is going to be the 5th driver then to be knocked out of qualifying? Well, we've just seen I think that was Danger Times. It's just gone up to 10th position now. Danger Times has at the moment now. Looks like Danger Times is struggling in these conditions at the moment now. Or is that Emerson's gone quicker still? He is really finding time in that Ferrari now, Emerson is, isn't he? Good stuff indeed. That out of the final corner then for Shadow. He comes up to the line, and it's 13th position now for Shadow in front of Mr. Elite. Good stuff indeed. 4 minutes to go in the qualifying session as the final countdown is on then. And there's a Ferrari of, I think that's a Troy, who is just getting out of the way in the Scarlet car then. Chazza then accelerated away then as now just jumping over the curve as well. On board now with Chazza then, as you can see, look at that, he's hugging the inside curve there. Great stuff indeed then. And now then into this chicane then as well, which hopefully they get rid of it, but I'm not sure if they will. And who's that spinning around? That's a Mercedes off. That's a Mercedes, and that's I'm not sure which Mercedes it was. I think it might have been Liam. Yeah, it was Liam. Yeah, Chazza out of the final turn, and Chazza goes 10 fastest. We know 4 drivers and knocked out qualifying, but who is going to be the final person at the moment? And it's Liam, yeah, who is staring into the abyss and with 200. He got 200 a second. And that's quite easy, isn't it? It's very easy to find 200 a second. Of course, I am taking the mic there. Emerson's done 7 laps, by the way, 8 laps there. Fantastic times there from Emerson. As you can see, the track is quite saturated still, but since these cars have been going around, there's a darker line now forming this at the racing line. That is where the drivers have been going on. They've been going on the racing line, haven't they, to really clear up some of the water. Of course, that is the best way then to clean up a that's the best way to clean up to drive a circuit. I was just keeping going around then. Two Haas's are second and third at the moment now. Emerson has gone faster still. He is loving these conditions now, isn't he? He is I think he must have fueled up the car quite handsomely there to do 8 laps there. Incredible stuff indeed that German there is a very close set, and he is improved. Look at that final section there for German there, 24.5, and to put himself fastest out by 100th of a second. And once again, the top end of gold then is so close to core, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. That incredible. Oh gosh, as Liam's coming out then, so he wants to get himself into qualifying 2 days between himself and Mr. Elite at the moment now, who are in the 26s. Vapor is in the 25s at the moment then, so they got to find 2/10 of a second as we just did an Alfa Romeo jump up a few positions as well. I think that was Chaza. We're just waiting for Cartboy, who was the runner-up in last season, wasn't he? But remember, that was consistency, wasn't it? Consistency is very much the key, isn't it, for Cartboy? He is a consistent driver. Fantastic. We got another Haas and starting a lap as well there, as it was infamous Pillars that it was just coming around the final turn, and Pillars has now gone faster still. Wow, these times are coming down now. They're tumbling like a fruit machine. The rain is still steady, but I'm wondering if these drivers are just drying up the track, aren't they? Because they're just going round and round there. Mr. Elite, I don't think he's got enough time to come back out unless my clock is desunk. I think as he's coming out of the pits now, Mr. Elite is, so hopefully my clock is wrong and Mr. Elite can get around there and get a time on the board then, because if Liam finds a fraction, he will be going through then into qualifying 2 then. No one is interesting enough then. A lot of drivers have done 4 or 5 laps on the intermediate tyres there. With that is traditional where qualifying is, really fuel up the car and just go round and round then. It's the weight of the car is not going to be important in these conditions there, because not as important as it is in dry, and that's because you get more confidence, don't you? Confidence is king in the wet, isn't it? As a gamer there who's really fighting that car. He's already been in the war, hasn't he? Both Aston Martins have unfortunately visited the scenery, haven't they, here in Spain? And of course, it's a lovely tourist attraction. It's gamer there almost having a stopperoo there, but luckily able to keep the car going in the straight and narrow. So Liam Yates, I think Liam Yates found quite a lot of time now as Emerson's retired from the qualifying session now. Gamer down to the bottom end of the circuit now in turn 10, and of course that was reprofiled, was it, this season? So hopefully we get a reprofiled track as well. One of the Aston Martins there have had a problem there. I think Perez has come into the pits there. He's had a couple of issues, but it looks like Gamer 5/10 of a second down there, so we're going to leave Gamer to it for the minute. And then Mr. Lee has gone off the track then. Oh, Liam, cracking on, by the way. But Liam, then blimey, he was wrestling the car, wasn't he? Liam, was. But still, there's a teammate in the foreground as well. But Liam, very much wrestling, fighting the car, wasn't he? Going down there. Oh, good gracious, that. As of just now, as Liam says that the timer is desynced by 2 minutes. I think, Sean. Oh goodness me! So we got 2 minutes left of the session. And thank you very much, Dylan. And how do you know that? I'm really impressed by that. Why don't I know these things? Then Gamer's out. We see him having problems, and he's out of qualifying. And we have got another car off, and it's in the same place where he crashed earlier on the session there, and that's 2 Aston Martins out of qualifying, and we could be losing 6 cars rather than 5 in this qualifying session. And oh goodness me, Liam has improved to 14th fastest now. Then he is in the 29s, and Chaz has gone fastest. A great time now. An Alfa Romeo 1-2 to finish off the qualifying session mode now. Mr. Elite is invalidated. The checker flag has fallen. Mr. Elite, I think it's out of qualifying here. What a shame now for Mr. Elite. He'll be starting 16th on the grid then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Unfortunately, there is a lot of big names then that have unfortunately hit the curb, haven't they? Literally and figuratively. And these are the drivers that are out of qualifying. Believe it or not, of course that they are. Dan Murphy, William, Dynamo Dan, Jonathan Cox, who've all crashed. And Mr. Elite, unfortunately, down in 16th position, and of course that is, and also we've got Gamer who's also out of qualifying as well after a big shunt then. Oh, my word. So Mr. Elite coming back into the pits. He is out of qualifying, unfortunately. That is it then for Mr. Elite then. Until race time, of course, where we'll see Mr. Elite back in action for the Alpine car. But a bit of a nightmare qualifying for 5 drivers. Well, for 6 drivers, really, as they're all out of qualifying, unfortunately. But it was a tricky session, wasn't it? So Liam, is finding some more time then. He can have another go. Is he going to have another go? I think he's improved again there, but he is down in 14th position at the moment. So checker flag has fallen here, and as we're just watching Milan come back into the pits in the Haas car. Good stuff indeed there for Milan, then in 4th position. But he would want to be, I think he'll be aiming though for something a bit higher. And look at that wheel there on the circuit there. Hopefully that will be cleared up in between the interval between qualifying 1 and qualifying 2, of course. That wheel is, of course, the remains of Gamer's car then, as the Aston Martin team have had quite a tricky opening qualifying session here in Spain tonight, with Gamer down in 15th, Jonathan down in 17th. Both Red Bulls are 18th and 20th then, and William then also out of qualifying as well then, so that's very unfortunate to say the least then. Dan Murphy says, I didn't crash. I retired gracefully. Then Dan is a man who does a lot of things gracefully, doesn't it? Even when he retires. Good stuff indeed there for Dan. And we've also got Serious Russia. Don't forget to like. Yes, indeed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that kind of jazz. Then, of course, I can't believe our subscriber base went up by 10 last week. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. Then, anyway, enough about the plug and all that shameful plug. Right, let's take a look at the classification from qualifying 1. Chazzer is the fast in this qualifying 1 session. Good stuff indeed there for Chazzer. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2. Looking strong indeed then. I'm wondering if this rain is all through qualifying, because it looks like it's a steady intensity to me. Dan Murphy out qualifying. He's down in 20th position there. William in 19th position there. Dynamo Dan is 18th. Jonathan 17th. Mr. Elite 16th. And Gamer in 15th position. 14 cars are going through the qualifying too. 6 have bit the dust, unfortunately, and they are out of qualifying. And that is there's going to be some very disappointing drivers, aren't they, unfortunately? But don't worry, points are scored in the race, not in qualifying. And of course, that's a debate for a different day, where we should get points in qualifying. Technically, we did with the sprint race, albeit it was points in the sprint race, wasn't it? But even though it was technically qualifying for the grid or something like that, was it? But who knows? That's yeah. It's a Kakarot Goku saying, I like rain in Spain. You're a poet and you didn't even know it. Of course, then I must say I don't really like Spain at all. I haven't said that. I won my first ever league race in Spain in appalling conditions there. As of course, I won. It was Dan Murphy finished behind me, because on that day I was just head and shoulders amazing. I really was indeed then. Right then, of course he did pit one time more than me, even though he didn't need to, and also and he even gained those 25 seconds back as well. But that is beside the point. The history books say I won, so that is what I am like. That's how it is. Right, Emerson out of the garage as well in car 2. We got Williams just in front of him now, and which is Danger Times, and of course the winner from last week. Then at the moment there, he hasn't really I think, but Danger Times, I think, didn't he? I think he didn't qualify 9th, did he? Did he qualify 9th and won the race? I know Ayrton qualified 9th and won the race in bronze, didn't he? A fantastic Grand Prix win. Three of the four Grand Prix winners from last week they were all like debutant winners, weren't they? This is their first ever wins in ALR. So it was fantastic to see. It really was. Of course, there, and then we had Hammer Time, who only won 1 Grand Prix. It's now won 2 to his name now. And I gotta say, COBALT is going to be a very classic season, isn't it? There is a great race watching Brooksy and Hammer Time go hammer and tongs, and it was brilliant stuff indeed. Last week we was absolutely blessed, weren't we, to see the gold. 4 of the top drivers in all of ALR, the top 4 pillars, Emerson, Pease, and Milan there going head-to-head, toe-to-toe for a pole position last week, which Milan came out on top, didn't they? So very good stuff indeed then. I know, just now on board then with Cartboy as well. Of course, in silver, we had Dylan, of course, win his first ever Grand Prix there. Potentially, did Tommy throw that Grand Prix win away? Might have done, but it was still a good performance there for Tommy, wasn't it? Going over the grid hatch as well. We're on board with Cartboy, who, of course, who was second in the World Championship last season. We've got a queue of cars forming at the Mickey Mouse chicane of turn 13 and 14, I think it is there. Now, just watching Cartboy then coming out of turn 2 as well. A precarious turn 2, isn't it? Especially in these greasy conditions. Now, Tango's had troubles. He's left the session. Hopefully he'll come back in a not too distant future then. And Cardboy then carrying on then in turn 5. I think let's look at those sparks. We haven't seen much of the sparks at the moment, have we? Because of course, said as the track is wet, and the intermediate and wet tires do raise the car, don't they? They raise the ride height naturally, don't they? When they're on those tires, lovely. How much on from Cardboy there? I gotta say, I had a bit of Martin Brundle vibes to that from one image. Lovely stuff indeed. Then flying through turn number 9 as well. Great stuff indeed. Then you can see then the rain light is flashing, and of course the rain light for usually flashes during the when it's a dry race. That's usually when they're harvesting, aren't they? But I don't think Cardboy will be harvested on that. On this qualifying lap there, of course, because he's meant to be going full beans, isn't he? And he is going full beans at the moment. Now, car 34. Look at those raindrops there streaming off of the cockpit there of Cardboy, going very close. And look at that. He's very confident now, isn't he? He knows the grip that this AlphaTauri's got then. He was accelerating on the AstroTurf. It is very slippery. That is where the water is going to be held in the AstroTurf as well. Cardboy is fast at the moment. And we've got Gurman, who's just starting his time as well. Emerson is not too far back. Then he's coming out of the far turn as well. Got yellow flags as one. The Alpines is cruising there. Emerson goes into third fast because Danger Times has now gone fastest in the Williams as well. Good stuff indeed there for Danger Times, cracking way to start qualifying too. We've got just I say that, and Pillars has gone faster still. A great time now from Infamous Pillars. Of course, a Grand Prix winner now in his own right there. Good stuff. We've got a Haas starting his lap as well, and I think that is Cowie who visited the issues there, and he's invalidated his time, so he's going to have to go around again. Cowie is there. He is going around again, and he's starting another lap now in the Alpine then. And I think the rain's getting heavier. Is it me? Is it getting heavier then? The times are slower in this qualifying session compared to what they were in at qualifying 1 then. So I'm wondering then if that short break there has just re-wet the track slightly there, because of course the drivers have been driving around here, and they have been getting rid of some of the water off of the track then. Troy then, who's look at that, and Troy is resting the car, isn't he? Now, goodness gracious me, a full handful opposite lock there, because across the line then he goes full fast in front of his teammate by 9/10 of a second there. Troy, the silver world champion, and of course, who I think had a bit of an up and down at race, didn't he, in Bahrain? He does have the pace, though, doesn't he? And it's Los Solas then. It was Gerben, who's now gone fastest out on the 24.424. Then you can see lovely. Papaya now, Gerben is, isn't he? He's even got his beautiful papaya helmet. Lovely stuff there. Gerben goes fast then. And we just in Danger Times elevate himself back up in the third position in the Williams. We've got a yellow flag in the back. Oh gosh, then. And who is it? It is one of the Mercedes. It is Liam, who's off the circuit. His teammate. Oh my gosh, there. And look at this. That's the Haas car almost having to get out of the way there. That was Milan. He went second in the process there. I'm sure that he would have lost a bit of time now. But Liam, unfortunately, has damaged the car, and he's going to have to come back into the pits. There's 9 minutes to go in this qualifying session, and as we're just watching Liam, who is wingless at the moment now, unfortunately. Which is a bit disappointing. Tango saying that these conditions has helped him a bit then. Has helped him a lot. Great 17 there, Tango. Currently, he hasn't set a time on the board, but he's out there now, is he? I need to not be so impatient, goodness me. We have got a Vapor who is starting us up by the looks of things. Just take a look where Los Sols is. There is Los Sols. And coming across the line, he goes second fastest. That's a good time indeed there for Los Sols. My goodness me. Really good stuff indeed then. What about the second Ferrari of it's Troy? I think it is Troy coming across the line, and Troy improves his time by 6/10 of a second. A good time there for Troy. Really good stuff indeed then. Vapor is off the circuit there. Vapor Shadows there is spun at turn 2, and that's not good at all because he was on a quick lap there. That is a big blow. Deep pieces on a lap there. So is Tango as well. What about Liam's got damage on the, which you can see that I got memory for Goldfish there. But we've got Emerson there coming up to the line. Emerson improves to 4 faster in the Ferrari, and yes, and so Emerson has now done 3 or 4 consecutive laps on these intermediate tires. Exactly what Pillars is doing as well. Pillars goes fast as a cracking final time now. Great stuff indeed there. Peace goes sixth fast then, coming across the line then, and these times are now starting to really tumble, aren't they? We're now quicker than qualifying too, aren't we? Unfortunately, we are not going to break the all-time lap record if the rain continues with us. And I'm just taking a look at the sky from Pease's perspective here. It is not looking too bad out there, is it? But I'll fit it in. But that kind of a cloud cover kind of of seas. So I think this rain is going to be here to stay for a while. No, I said that the rain will probably clear up. Tango goes 8th fastest. Lovely helmet design from Tango as well. He was saying in the comments how much these conditions have helped him. Well, he's now in 8th position in the second Haas car. Good stuff indeed there. So I'm taking a look for Lost Souls. He comes across the line. He's invalidated this time, so he's going to have another go, I think. He is going to have another go then. Good stuff. What about Troy then? Troy is invalidated his lap as well, so he is also going to have another bite of the cherry as well. Vapor comes into the pit lane then after having issues earlier on in his lap. Then Cowie on an out lap at the moment. Chazza is going over the rumble strips, and Lost Souls is in major trouble. He's in major grief there, and he is out of qualifying, and it's Lost Souls who was having he had a great lap there, didn't he, just a minute ago? He's crashed the car, he is out of qualifying, and that is a big shame indeed, isn't it? What a shame there for what a shame for Lost Souls, because I think he was really starting to get into his groove, wasn't he? So we've got Pease, who's gone fast, talking about getting into your groove. Pease is definitely in his groove now. He is now put to first position now. Good stuff indeed there for Pease. We have got a Ferrari, I think it is then. It's Troy, no, it isn't a Ferrari, it's a Alfa Romeo then. Goodness gracious me then. Is Alfa Romeo of Chazza, who's starting his lap now. There he is. We've also got Cowie just behind him as well, starting his lap. Good stuff indeed. Tango going for a second bite of chair as well in the Haas car out of the final turn. Then Tango goes 6th fast now. He's found half a second on that lap there. It's all about confidence in these conditions. And 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session, or maybe 8 minutes then. As of course there is I might be desunk again, unfortunately. And we've now got Chazza, who is in the Alfa Romeo. Remember, he's a very good qualifier. Remember in the Japanese Grand Prix last season, where I think that was his debut, wasn't it? He stuck on the medium tyres, I remember. Chazza is very good on those medium compound tyres. Of course, he ain't going to be very good today on those intermediate tyres, because on those medium tyres, of course, because we're meant to have intermediates, because the dry tyres do not have any grooves in them anymore, do they? We went back to slick, traditional racing tyres back in 2009. And, yeah, I got to say, they just look like racing. They just look like racing tyres, don't they? Just taking a quick look there, because I thought I seen the old flag in turn 1, but I think it was one of the Williams cars just getting out of the way. I think it was Danger Times, who has come out to the circuit now, onto the circuit, I should say. And he's coming in 7th fast at the moment. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session then. And Tango has got some technical gremlins. He's back in the pits, unfortunately. Milan coming across the line now to start another lap. Then he's done 6 laps on those intermediate tyres now. Chazza out of the final turn now. If we can see him through the mist and rain, then he's gone 6th fastest. Chazza has had good stuff indeed. Cowie has gone 9th fastest in the Alpine. Good time indeed there for Cowie. And so then he's safely through at the moment then, but I'm not sure he ain't going to be I don't think he's going to be safe for long now, as we have got Viper Shadows coming out of the pits, and Liam, who is still in the pits at the moment. And we've also got Cartboy out in our by the chair as well. Milan's invalidated this time, unfortunately. Emerson going through turn number 9 as well, then looking at very smooth and precise there. Emerson is good stuff indeed, on board with German, and German there third fastest at the moment now, as we're on board with him going into the Mickey Mouse chicane. And his teammate Viper as Pease is retired from the session, but he's safe and sound and in the garage, and he's probably just trying himself on there. Goodman coming across the line, he's found less than a tenth of a second now, isn't he? He's all about he's just trying to find any time he can now. Goodman is here's his teammate Shadows, who needs a time just to put a time on the board, doesn't he? Oh, we've also got Cardboy, who's a 10th for a second down in the first split time. Emerson's gone second fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there for Emerson. Whisker away from Pease, but Pease is still fast at the moment. Is that going to be enough? Pease thinks it is. One of Emerson might think it is right. He's about 1600 of a second in front of Pillars at the moment. Vapor is still on the lap then, so he's in the middle part of the lap now. On board with Cardboy, he's found 2/10 of a second in the second split time. Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Cardboy. Tango's back in the session, and Chaz has got up in his second fast. He is really finding his groove, isn't he? They're gaining on Pease, aren't they? But it's Chaz now second fastest. The Alfa Romeo team are looking very delightful tonight, aren't they? Very good stuff from both the Alfa Romeo drivers. Cardboy and coming into the Vapor is off. He's in the wall. He's out of qualifying, and gosh, I think it was a big smash there, because I think it was in the middle part. He's halfway down that back straight. I assumed he crashed on turn number 9. So that's a shame now. Vapor out of qualifying, and we've lost 2 drivers in this qualifying session so far. It's been a perilous qualifying, hasn't it? We have Cardboy's got him to 9th fast, and then Cowie has been rolled back into the garage set. He is not going to be able to respond though, is he? On a if someone goes quicker than him, then and Cowie is out of qualifying. Unfortunately, German has gone third fast. It's a good 17th there for German. Back in front of Emerson, on board with Emerson's teammate at the moment now, which is Troy. Then we just watched Danger Times. So it's 2/10, 3/10 of a second up. Then he's improved to 7th fastest. Good stuff indeed there for good stuff indeed there for Danger Times. And Infamous Pillars are currently on an outlap at the moment. And here he is now then. And Danger Times then, got 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session. He's now trying to wind up and get ready to go once again then. His Cardboy going for another lap. He is indeed. He's found another 10th of a second now. He has currently done a 24.9 so far. Tango's about 2/10 of a second down the road from him. Cowie is coming back out of the garage as well. And so I'm speaking absolute rubbish. Cowie can get a lap in there. So don't listen to me, folks, because that is absolutely appalling. I can't even tell the time even when it's in front of me. Cardboy then into the turn of 14 and 15 chicane. And bit of opposite lock there, isn't he? As he was fighting the car. And this is where you really earn your dollar, isn't it? In these conditions. Cardboy finds that 2/10 of a second and goes 8th fastest. A whisker in front of Tango to be 7 fastest of a second to be precise there. Good stuff indeed. Troy now in a 12th position at the moment, 2/10 of a second up in the second split time as well. Great stuff indeed then. And now coming into the chicane, so I've got yellow flags just behind it. Troy ain't going to care about that though, is he? Because all he's concerned about is getting a time on the board there, or a representative time, because he's down in 12th position at the moment, and he is not in qualifying, is he yet? Then what is his time going to do for him then to sort that out? He's still not in qualifying. He's still out qualifying at the moment now. He needs to find a couple of 10 cents at the very least and to feel safe. Liam, who of course had a big incident there earlier on this session, and he is now in 14th position. Now, can he find a time, Liam? Can Liam find a time? He's the slowest in qualifying one who got through to qualifying two. So he needs to find a handful of tenths as well. But that is not the way to do it. He is in the wall, and we felt it when we was on board with Liam. Oh goodness me, he was resting with the car as soon as we was on board with him. He was loosened it in the turn 1 into turn 2, and Liam, I think this is it then. He is out of qualifying. His qualifying session is done. It's been run, unfortunately. And Liam is now then going to limp back home. But that is a shame now. And we have lost Tango. We have lost Tango as well. Tango has gone off at turn. Is that turn 12? Goodness me. It is turn 12, isn't it? We don't usually see cars go off there. Well, I've been off there, but I've been off everywhere. Tango in the wall. He is out qualifying. So we might have an 8-car shootout instead of a 10-car shootout in this qualifying free session. As we seem to have lost a couple of drivers already as well. That's a shame now for Tango. So he's still in the top 10. So is Lost Souls at the moment. On board with Troy, who's resting this car. Danger Times out of the final turn, and he's currently 8 fast at the moment. Danger Times team now moves himself with the 6 fastest. Good stuff indeed. What about Troy, who is out of qualifying? Can he get himself through? No, he is still slower. He's got one more run to do. He's got one shot then. And Gurman has missed the flag then, but he ain't going to be too concerned because he is through at the moment then. And I think he's guaranteed to also stay through. And I think I'm out of sync next. There's Williams just come out of the pit lane. Or was that Danger Times, actually? It might have been Danger Times. Goodness me. So just on board the Mercedes, limping back home now. He's going to be quite disappointed with that, isn't he? Milan there finding less than half a second, half a tenth there in the second split time. Goodness gracious me. Now accelerating away is Tango. Is that Milan there taking evasive action and coming into the pits? Liam is gone, has done a qualifying time, so he's in front of Vapor, which is a very clever thing to do, actually, isn't it? Troy there is trying to go for all or nothing now as they remember that because of these adverse weather conditions, there's a chance of retire from the session. Because of these adverse weather conditions, it don't matter if you start in the top 10, you can start on any tire you want. Because unless of course, because this is wet weather, is it changeable conditions? There is the official word in there, and qualifying is done and dusted there for a few drivers already. If we're going to get Troy into the top 10, well, this is it, and that's what he's fighting for now, for a place in the pole position shootout. It's a qualifying free, and Troy, that's what Troy is aiming for then. He's invalidated, Troy. He's invalidated. He's going to start 11th on the grid then for tonight's race. So that's a shame there for Troy. Invalidating his time. He's come back into the pits. And there he goes then. So that's such a shame now. Troy's fans are Serious Mushroom. And Serious Mushroom there just telling Troy, come on, Troy. and the Ferrari is just being wheeled back into the garage. And then that's Emerson there, who is through into qualifying 3. He ended up qualifying session 4th, didn't he? Unfortunately for Troy, he is not in the qualifying now. He is out. He is out of qualifying, down in 13th position now. Only 8 cars then in qualifying 3, because we have lost 2, have crashed heavily. Lost Souls crashed heavily earlier on this session, and what really adds salt to the wounds is that Lost Souls' time would have been enough to get him through, and for Tango as well. So, but of course, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Really, if we all had hindsight, then we'd all be millionaires on the lottery, wouldn't we? But there it is. And so we've lost 6 drivers in that qualifying session. It's been a brutal session to say the very least, hasn't it? And of course, so we've lost Vapor Shadow, Liam down in 13th position. Cowie in 12th. 11th position is Troy A, as we've got a lovely drag race here going down into turn 1 as well. Look, the rain is going horizontal now, isn't it? So this rain is not clearing up then, So unfortunately, we ain't going to get a all-time lap record broke then, but we may get the fastest lap record broke around here, which is actually currently held by Emerson. So in qualifying 2, it's Pease who tops the timesheets there by a 10th of a second from Chaza, and a further 10th of a second from Gurman as well. Incredibly close there, and Emerson and Pillars. My goodness me, the top 5 are covered by less than 2/10 of a second. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Fantastic. Out of qualifying then, let's just take a look. Vapor Shadows out of qualifying, crashed heavily. Liam in 13th position, Cowie in 12th, Troy in 11th position. And usually that'll be a good opportunity, especially in this race, which has got a high tyre deck. Starting any tyres he wants it, but everyone can because of these adverse weather conditions. Tango and Lost Souls then 10th and 9th, and now unfortunately out of qualifying because their cars are too damaged to continue then. As we now roll into qualifying 3, 8 cars going for pole position this time, not 10, and we'll find out then how we'll find out who's going to be on pole position then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Let me quickly put on the comments, shall we? Liam saying, finish that lap, puts me up a place. Said, it's cool, I spent more qualifying too. Oh, goodness me. On the in the old lavatory then, rather than on the track then. A young lad saying that's very close, said. Nicholas Cowie saying, curbs are easy to go on in the wet than the dry. That doesn't make sense, does it? Goodness me! So Cowie there has found a loophole in a Codemasters game, hasn't he? But I gotta say it's not very difficult, is it? But I'm quite surprised to hear that then from Cowie. But yes, he's saying that the curbs are easier in the wet than the dry. Then Troy is saying that the wet is not for me. Then unfortunately, Troy has been struggling, hasn't he? 8 cars are going for pole position now. Then so in terms of the pole position stats then for this season anyway, we've had 1 personal pole position, that was Milan there, and back in the Bahrain Grand Prix. In terms of pole positions of the whole of the field, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pole sitters in ALR in this current group of drivers. Of course, Emerson's been on pole position a whopping 21 times. Remember when he didn't even get his first pole position until like the Japanese Grand Prix, which is about 12, 13 races into his career. We have, of course, 8 pole positions for Milan. Can he go for his 9th one? Ninth one today. Then, of course, he is 3rd highest, I think, in the. I think he's 4th or 3rd highest now in the all-time pole position record. Pole position there for William back in season 2 in Belgium. Gurman's been on pole position 3 times for Nigel as well there in his championship winning campaign. Chaz has been on pole position once, 3 times there for Total Peace as well, 4 times for Dan Murphy, and 13 times then for Jonathan, who's the 2nd highest. Of course, he's almost 9. He's 9 pole positions. No, he's 8 pole positions away from Emerson. Though that's incredible, isn't it? Because Jonathan was the highest pole sitter for a very long time in ALR, wasn't he? Because he was a very quick chap, wasn't he? In the one lap department there. But in the last couple of years, he hasn't had a pole position, has he? I think he had a pole position last season, if I'm not very much mistaken. Or did he? I think he did, didn't he? I'm sure he had a pole position for the Renault team. As a Pillars there, who's going to be the first driver to settle up. Then Chaz is in the pits at the moment there, and that's unusual there for Chaz. Usually, I'll be wondering if this time of proceedings, and look at the sparks there from Pillars there, he must have that car lowered right down to the ground there. Mr. Lee is left for session. That's not good, and he needs to get back in pronto, and so is Cardboy as well, and this is not good, is it? And I'm hoping that we haven't got like a mass disconnect or something like that, as though we seem to have problems with the old lobby tonight, haven't we? I think that someone needs to give it a good kick in. Going back to the Carboy, and what makes it worse for Carboy is he is left for session when he was actually out setting a lap. Then. The point I was making about Chazza was that, of course, I was expected with Chazza at this moment in time. Then, if you're on the dry tires, of course, if you're on the dry tires on the dry qualifying session, then you have to look after your tire allocation, don't you? Tanger's left for session as well. Then, so we've lost 3 drivers that have left for session in the matter of the last couple of minutes or so. Pillars goes fastest then in the Alfa Romeo. Gurman there is invalidated this time, then, so he's going to have to go around again. Then, so yeah, my point on Chaz there. I'm wondering if he could have run out of tyres, but not in this day. I don't think, because they've all been very good on their tyres. They got 4 sets of intermediate tyres, and Danger Times has gone third fastest. Pease has gone second fastest. Carboy is back in the session. What about Milan then coming across on? He's third fastest. Milan is half a second away. So Emerson's invalidated his time as well, so that's unusual for Emerson now. He's going to put more pressure on himself, the Ferrari driver, by watching Gurman then, who, of course, the former silver world champion from season 2 there. Of course, he of course, won the championship after that intense showdown between himself and Dan Murphy in Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? Believe it or not, it was raining in Abu Dhabi that day as well. I couldn't believe it. Gurman there, who is now then, he's invalidated this time again. Gurman has there, he is going to be kicking himself. Pillars on pole position by 0.4 of a second at the moment. That's a mighty gap indeed there for Pillars. So Pillars are really showing some stuff, isn't he, here in this qualifying session tonight? And Pillars has never been on pole position in his ALR Gold career, so this could be the first pole position of his career in ALR. Pillars is not on the second lap, nor is Pease, nor is Milan. And Danger Times then is, I think he's still going for it at the moment then. We're just watching Emerson, who hasn't invalidated this time. So he's coming down the hill and then down from turn 9. And he has done a 55.1 in the final, in the second split time as well. Back on board now with Danger Times then, as he is carrying on then in the Williams then out of the final turn. And of course, they won his first ever Grand Prix, didn't we? In the last 2 gold races, we have had 2 debutant winners, haven't we? Of Danger Times and Pillars there. So great stuff indeed then. We're going to get another debutant winner here tonight, and you'll have to see by joining us for the race then, which is going to be after this session then. And Emerson goes second fastest then. Emerson does his 0.3 of a second away though from Pillars at the moment, who is the current pole sitter then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Very impressive stuff indeed then. Oh, Milan off, he's almost into the pit wall there. I know that wouldn't have been too good for the Haas drive, would it? But he's in the pits now, and he's really enjoying himself on his first run in the Haas cars. Well, Mr. Lee's back in the session as well. Phew, that's good stuff indeed there for Mr. Elite. And just on board now, and light starts again. So who's going to get pole position? Head in the game, Troy. You got this. Serious Mushroom Records Pillars go get pole position there. Good luck, Carboy and Troy from Kaz as well. Good stuff. Or Milan there, Serious Mushroom is. So he's not sure it's going to be Milan or Pillars. But at the moment, Milan is half a second away from Pillars at the moment. So he doesn't seem to be in the ball game, does he, at the moment there? But that was his first attempt, and I wonder if Milan there was just trying to get a time on the board then. Gurman hasn't got a time on the board yet, as is. We're on board now with Gurman then, as he is he's almost out of fuel there, so hopefully he's got enough to get himself back around with 5 minutes to go in this session then. Out of the final turn then, and what can Gurman do? He is on pole position there. He's done a 23. That's a cracking time. Carboy is just starting his lap as well. Great stuff indeed there for great stuff indeed there for Gurman. He's on pole position. Emerson is 007 in the second split time. License to Ferrero, Emerson is, as he is in the pits now then. But as Emerson is, Emerson in the pits head third fastest one, and Carboy back on board the AlphaTauri driver then, as he is now coming into turn 4. Gurman now is a 10th of a second in front, over a 10th of a second in front of Pillars at the moment, who is second fastest at the moment. And goodness me, I don't think any of us was talking about Gurman in on pole position now, as a serious motion now. The expert pundit thought it was going to be Pillars or it was going to be Milan then, but goodness me, that's gone against the script, hasn't it, there? As Gurman now is coming back into the pits, and he was quite light though on that run, wasn't he? He's got 5 minutes to get back into the garage, put on a new set of boots and get himself back out there. Carboy into turn number 9 as well then, and going down the hill. Look how much the back end is sticking up on that AlphaTauri. It's incredible, isn't it? The amount of yaw on these cars that as Carboy now out of turn 10 as well, going back on board with Carboy now as well. Look at this, a lovely over the shoulder shot from the AlphaTauri driver. Car 34, look at him wrestling with the wheel. He is wrestling away now, isn't he? Trying to keep the car on the straight now, trying to keep the car within those grooves, isn't he? Of course, those tram lines then. Accelerated away then, and Cardboy out of the final turn then. What can Cardboy do? Of course, Jan said time to share target time. What is his target time? He's 7 faster, a tenth of a second away from danger times at the moment. And so that's Cardboy. I wonder if he's fueled up slightly heavier so that so he can get a couple of runs in then. Now Milan is going for a time runner as well then. So here comes Milan out of the final turn then. And we're just looking down on him now then. And it goes across the line, and he starts us up in the Haas car as well as he flies past me. There he goes then. You can see then it's not very windy out there. That's why the rain has stayed with us, I think, isn't it? Because the grass was almost static as Milan flew past us on that camera shot in car 50 in the Haas car. But yeah, the grass is static, isn't it? So it's basically, that's why the rain is just lingering there, isn't it? I said there's not many dark clouds around the circuit, but 5100 second up in the first sector for Milan is good time. There's not many dark clouds around the circuit, is it? But it just looks like a very miserable day, doesn't it, here in Barcelona, in De Catalunya. Milan then, who is just on his way at the moment. We also got Cardboy, who's out there as well. As Cardboy is a 10th of a second up in the second split time. Cardboy has got a bit more fuel on the car, and again, and this is more of an eye-line view, isn't it? Great stuff indeed. And flying then flying into turn 12, 13 and 14. I don't know where I am on the circuit now. Accelerating away, Cardboy has said, yes, we're at the end of the course. That's where we want to be, and that's where Cardboy wants to be as well. Out of the final turn, and this is a better time for Cardboy, but it's still not enough then. He lowers the margin slightly, doesn't he? But it's still not enough then. In Milan there has got 2 tenths of a second up in the second split time. Where is that going to pull him? That is going to put him, I think, third or fourth fastest. That was a cracking chicane there from Milan there. I thought he invalidated his time, but that was inch perfect there. He's on pole position there by 6 tenths of a second there, Milan is. Wow, that is really lowered the bar, hasn't it there? Has anyone got anything left in the reserve tank then? Milan certainly doesn't. He's on pole position then. This is going to be a second pole position in a row, and his 9th of his career as well for Milan. He's flying at the moment in that Haas car. We have just watching them. Pease is just coming on his outlap. Cardboy is 6 tenths of a second down. Danger times through the second set as well. Chaz has invalidated his time then. Chaz is going to only have one more shot, I think, to make this chance then. Oh, goodness me. And now then is just going through the chicane as well. Look at the raindrops. Goodness me, it's streaming off of the camera. Oh my golly gosh! Then Danger Times then into the final part of the course as well. And here he comes then. Can he? Of course, he was the Grand Prix winner in Bahrain. Then can he go? We would love to get his second Grand Prix win in a second Grand Prix in a week. Second Grand Prix win in a week. If I can get me words out. The Danger Times comes across line. He's 4 fastest. That's the second row for Danger Times. Good somebody. Tango's left for session. He needs to be back in pronto if he wants to make the start of the Grand Prix. Pillar is Chaz then, who's invalidated his time and says go around again then. Cardboy has just had a harvesting lap, hasn't he? So he's going around again then. What about Milan then? Milan then is 500 of a second down in the second split time. But let's see then, let's see if he can improve. And is he improving? He's not improving. He's 1900 of a second away. There, unfortunately then, Milan is. There's that's Pillars going on the Oda circuit there, as he's trying to get out of the way of Emerson. And there is Emerson then. He's 3 tenths of a second up. Emerson is at the moment there. He's going to be on the second row of the grid then, if he carries on then. But what about the final sector now for Emerson? On board then with the double world champion. Now coming into the Mickey Mouse chicane, accelerating away. Look how much rain's on the cockpit of Emerson. My goodness me. The Ferrari driver out of the final turn, and he's going to put the Ferrari on pole position. He does. He's a 23.6 there for 23.6 there. Yes, it is for Emerson, and that is professional pole position there. What about Pease? He's invalidated again. Pease has said, oh goodness me. And there's a lot of pressure now going on there. Gurman has found a 10th for a second. Gurman's found a 10th for a second. If he has a clean and tidy final sector, this will be pole position then. Is it pole position? It's not pole position. He's lost 3 tenths of a second in the final sector. What's going on there? Oh dear, oh dear. And Danger Times that is Danger Times. I think he's out of fuel. Danger Times has said this is our Danger Times, and it's going to be 5th on the grid then. There's having issues there, unfortunately. The checker flag has fallen. Wires Chaz, and then he's had a pole position in his career already, hasn't he? Is he going to get a second one tonight? Chaz comes across the line. He's 6 fast in the end, Chaz is. So he'll be on row number 3 then. What about Milan then? Milan then. Oh, he's invalidated. Milan has. He's invalidated. Has he got enough time for one more run? I think I'm desynced still, haven't I? And Milan then cut across the line then, and he is going to. He's finished. Milan is on the front row, but he's out. He's done in qualifying then. Gurman a 10th of a second up in the second split time as well. Infamous Pillars. He's 2 tenths of a second Look at Pillars, this lovely shot from the rear wing there of Pillars in the Alfa Romeo. And look at this, he's fighting the car. He is fighting that Alfa Romeo. Pillars is, isn't he? He wants pole position. It'll be his first pole position of his career. Pillars is in a sweet spot at the moment, isn't he? Now into the chicane, accelerating away as well. Look at that, how much spray's come off the back of the car. And I think that the rain is getting heavier now. Emerson's got on pole position again. He's lowering the benchmark. Is it enough? No, it isn't, because Pillars is on pole position now for the Spanish Grand Prix. That'll be his first pole position of his career. I think Pease is invalid again. He has invalidated again. What about German? German has got found a lot of time in the piggy bank. He's over the line, and he's on the front row of the grid. German is there. Oh my golly gosh, and less than a tenth of a second away. And that is, oh goodness gracious me. If Pillars on pole position, then German is alongside him on row 1. It's a long drag down to turn 1, isn't it? Chaza, can he get himself in the mix? He's currently on row 3 at the moment. Can he get himself up to row 2? He comes across the line. I think he's 4th, isn't he? And I'm gonna have to hold my disbelief then, because I am not sure yet, because unfortunately they haven't told me. But it is Pillars who is on pole position then by less than a tenth of a second, 9400ths if you want to be precise about it. That is a magical lap there from Pillars in a very tricky condition. And that's his first pole position of his career for Pillars. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then what a performance there from Pillars. Really good stuff indeed. Oh, mega stuff indeed. Then so yes, he is. Fastest then Pillars is that German alongside him on row 1. That's a great row 1 as they go down into turn 1 then. Emerson third. Chaz did hop him into 4th in the end. Then Milan down into 5th and invalidated his final time there. May have cost him danger time 6 with P7 and Cardboy in 8th position. What a cracking top 8 that was then. Serious Russian, what a lap there from Serious Russian. Bailey, aka Curly Red, saying Gernman there as Becca said that Emerson is the mud. Serious Russian saying what a qualifying free that was. Becca also saying what happened indeed then. Incredible stuff indeed. Dylan saying it's going to be interested on what strategy they're all going to be on then. Yes, it is. And of course you do not you can get got a free choice of tires, haven't you, because of the wet weather conditions then. So yes, so all the drivers then have got a free choice of tires then. So for the race itself, and I'm wondering who is on what then. We got some hard tires and pieces garage there, and Murphy's garage as well. I can see my little eye as well. So good stuff, Fed. Right then, as we're now counting down the start then to the Grand Prix. It's a lovely day here in Spain, isn't it? Hopefully, we had a couple of issues with the lobby at the moment now, so we are running slightly late tonight. Then, so if anyone was tuned in and expected to be about half the way through the race, said, well, even better, because they're about to get going for the Grand Prix at Southend. Yes, good stuff indeed. Then with 14 seconds to go, then we'll see who's on what tire. Dylan wants to know. I want to know. I'm sure you all at home wants to know as well. What tires is going on? Which car? Please, those safety cars. I need start information there from Serious Mushroom as well. Then, as of course, that's the beauty about a new game, isn't it? I love the fact that not many drivers know what they're doing for strategies. Not a soft tire in sight then, and it's a beautiful day out there. Look at the heat haze there coming off of the blacktop as oh goodness me, and German and Pillars there almost crashed into each other on the formation. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Let's go through the grid, shall we? Hard tires then for Emerson, for Danger Times, for Troye, for Gamer, and for William. Everyone else is on the medium compound tires, and as we said already, no soft tires in sight then. So here we go. Pillars is on pole position. That's his first pole position of his career in ALR, and goodness gracious me, that Pillars, as we already said, that he's in such a sweet spot in his ALR career now, isn't he? A very impressive performance there from Pillars in qualifying, as he's also wearing the orange helmet to symbolise for the Marshal, who unfortunately lost his life in Brands Hatch earlier on. Then same with German as well. He is second on the grid there. Emerson in third position, Chaza in fourth. Fifth position is Milan. Sixth is Danger Times. Seventh is Pease. Eighth position is Cardboy. Lost Souls in ninth. And right behind his teammate, I thought they almost came to blows there. Tango in 10th position there, but he's ghosting at the moment and driving all the way to the back of the field. Troy in 11th position there. He has gone for hard tires. Cowie in 12th position there. Liam in 13th in the Mercedes. He struggled a bit in the rain, didn't he? 14th position is Vapor Shadows. 15th position there is Gamer, who also has some issues there. Mr. Lee in 16th. Jonathan in 17th position, the second Aston Martin. Dynamo Dan making his first start tonight in the Red Bull on F1 at 2021. Good stuff. 19th position there is William. 20th position is Dan Murphy there. Of course, Dan came from the back of the field last week now to get on the podium, didn't he? Can he do the same again here? He is third in the World Championship. Murphy is there. And let's see if he can get a podium again then. And because he's had a good start to the season, hasn't he? I think that was his best start to any season he's had in ALR. So fantastic stuff there for Murphy. Right then, here we go then, Dylan saying if the safety car is out, it could be, if safety car is out, it would be very suited to the medium runners then. Serious one saying could be a two-stopper with it could be a two-stopper with these amount of tight turns then, of course, is it really hurts the tires, doesn't it? Tango's still not in the session there, that's not good, is it? What a shame now. Controversial by Emerson on the hard tires there. Yes, indeed, then. So Emerson's on the hard. It's also controversial for Danger Times and for Troy, Gamer, and William. 33 laps around here then, on board with the pole sitter, which is Pillar's Head, as he is crept forward a bit, has he now, as the lights are on then, and when we're going to be racing in the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a drive-through penalty there for, it's a drive-through penalty, now we go for the Spanish Grand Prix, and Tango is oh goodness me, Dynamo Dan is out of the Grand Prix before we've even got to turn one there. We had some issues, and there's a virtual safety car, and so we're all going down into turn one then, and yes, so it's a virtual safety car. Milan has got a 5-second penalty now for collision with Chaza. As goodness gracious me there, as we got penalties as well. So we got penalties there for Milan then, and a penalty for Tango for jumping to start. Both Haas cars are in the war straight from the get-go. And goodness gracious me, Drop Fast. Who's going to bid it first? Well, unfortunately, Dynamo Dan beat you to the combat there, Drop Fast, as he's in the war. I wonder if it was the traction control there. We've seen issues with, like, remember, the Bronze World Champion, New Potato had issues at the start. I've had a lot of issues of the start so far this season in our first full race of F1 2021. And good, we've had another issue as well. So only a virtual safety car at the moment. And Williams is right at the back of the moment. I hope Williams all right there. There's no problems there for the Williams driver. He hasn't got any damage, but now we're back racing. And here we go once again then. And now we're coming down the hill then. And Gurman's having a look then. Oh gosh, there he almost went to the back there of Pillars. And he's gone very wide there. Emerson there just sneaks at the inside track position there. Gurman, goodness gracious me then. So that was very close, wasn't it? Carboy is having a good old scrap here with Chaza. Milan then getting a 5-second penalty. He's going to be furious for that one, isn't he? I wonder if it was a light top. He got damaged on that Haas car. He's struggling a bit then because Pease is all over the back of him as well. Pillars leads. Emerson second. Third position is the McLaren of Gurman. Fourth is Danger Times, followed by Carboy and Chaza in fifth and sixth. And then Milan is in seventh position then. As into the pits, there comes Tango. Biggest, as Gurman's gone back through. He's got back past Emerson there and back up into second position there. They have lost a second. They're already out of the DRS zone, these two drivers, and that is going to help Pillars there, isn't it? Because I think there might be a DRS train or free around here. Of course, there is two DRS zones on the back straight and also on the pit straight as well. Biggest winners are off the line. Murphy up 3 positions and Carboy up 3 positions as well. So good 7D then. So we're just back on board with Emerson winning the double world champion. And Tango's served his drive for penalty and is down in 19th position. I'm not even sure if he's in the car yet, is he? But what a shame now. So he got a drive through penalty there. I think there's the technical gremlins once again. It has really marred Tango's career in ALR, isn't it? What a shame. He's probably one of the most unluckiest drivers on this entire game. As they fly through turn number 9 now. As oh goodness me, someone I thought lost it there. As one of the Williams is having issues there. William is having a nightmare race, isn't he? In the Williams there, he's dropped right off the back of the group, and now he's also he's just spinning as well. There's some problems there for William, unfortunately. Pillars leads. Gurman second, Emerson in third position there. We've got a bit of a queue forming now behind Danger Times who's on the hard tires. And so the hard tires this is definitely going to be helping Emerson a bit. Then Gurman is at the fast up the race and trying to reel in. That's 1.1 second gap then, which Infamous Pillars has got to winner. Pillars is already a Grand Prix winner. DRS has now been enabled then. Yes, Pillars is a Grand Prix winner in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the back end of last season. Now, Jonathan has just got past his teammate, Gamer, and yes, he has that. Look at this side. Oh gosh, there Murphy having a look up the inside there as Gamer is struggling. Gamer is dropping down the order. He hates it. He doesn't like this track at all, does he? He is he's not very fond about this one, is he? But he's all over the back of Murphy. Murphy down inside the position into the pits. There comes the Williams driver as well. Pease is on the outside of Milan then, and Milan there is going after the defend then, isn't he? But look at this, and he has he has the inside line, but Pease is not going to be concerned about that. Back on board the Mercedes driver as well. As we're going very quickly, the very skittish 7 and 8 chicane then, and Pease is still all over the back of it. But Chazza is, goodness me, as Chazza is very much under the car of the AlphaTauri as well, and he's going to do the old switcheroo. As he look at that textbook text from Chazza. He is up in the 5th. Well done. We got Milan, who's still in 7th position, because Pease is not letting him breathe for any stretch of the imagination here at the moment now, and he's having a look there going down to the chicane at the moment now. But at the moment, Tango's left for session now, unfortunately. So that's a shame. Now German is now within DRS. As Emerson dropped off the backside. Remember, but Emerson is on the hard tires, as is Danger Times as well. And Danger Times has got a nice buffer at the moment between himself and Chazza as we're going down into turn 1 as well. Jonathan is in down into 16th position. But I got yellow flags again as William is at the same corner. There's some problems on that Williams car there. This William is a talented driver. There's some issues on that Williams. I think there must be handling problems there for the Williams Mercedes car. And this is a major problem there as he's dropped right down the order as he Tango's back in the session. I've got to say, fair play to Tango there. He very, I've got to say, I would have thrown his PlayStation out the window. My word there, but fantastic stuff indeed. Then back on board with Liam yet at the moment, who is in a 13th position now. He is really putting pressure on the debutant. And Pease, oh no, he is facing the wrong way. And Pease he's lost his wing as well. William had issues, didn't he? And now Chazza and Danger Times are swapping now. Goodness me. And Jonathan is out. He had a big crash there a couple of seasons ago, and he's in the wall again. And the Aston Martin driver is there. Oh goodness me! And that is such a shame now for Jonathan. He is out of the Grand Prix. 2 DNFs in the first 2 races there, and we got a safety car for that. Oh goodness gracious me! Then so that is not good at all. Oh gosh, good gosh! So Jonathan having a difficult start then to his season 5 campaign. Then as goodness me, Tango's going all over the show. Gurman's in the pits, and so Gurman taking the opportunity to throw on the hard tires, and this might be a 2-stopper now for Gurman. I feel everyone else is in the pits as well, and I think that this Milan is going to it's going to take his 5-second penalty as well. No one else is coming to the pits apart from Gurman as a job for the session. Apart from Gurman, Milan lost souls and Pease in the pits well after he damaged the car then, and look is that now then Milan had damage as well then, so Milan has got damage. So it must have been the brush that he had with Chazza on the opening lap then, so he's now changed his wing. So has Pease as well, and Pease coming out, he stays on the medium tires, as did Milan as well. Lost Souls also on the hard tire, and now coming out of the pits then. So we've got a safety car at the moment then, as Jonathan is absolutely furious. He's furious, isn't he, there, as he is out of the Grand Prix. What a shame now for Jonathan, and hopefully this might help, but William is a lap down now, so this is just a snowball effect there, isn't it? William then, who's just it's just now he's going to be really strong next. He's going to have blue flags and everything, isn't he? Isn't he? So there we go. But anyway, then there's William is now opportunity as he passes the crash site of of Jonathan's car there, unfortunately, and just now on board with. As we're now just on board with the race leader at the moment, then, and he is Pillars, and we just got Bernd Molander. They haven't even got up to the safety car. Yeah, like goodness gracious me, the safety cars are on the other side of the track at the moment. So Pillars leads, Emerson second, Chazza now in the 3rd position there. Danger Times in 4th, Cardboy 5th, Troy is now in 6th position. Lovely stuff there from Troy. Cowie 7th, Viper Shadows, I should say, in 8th position there. Liam 9th, and Mr. Elite is in 10th position there. So that is the top 10. And Murphy is elevated himself from 20th to 11th so far. Good stuff indeed there for Mr. Murphy. 12th position now is Gamer. Then now we got the first of the critters, and Gurman in 13th. The only problem with that for Gurman is yes, he's pitted on the safety car. However, he's got the what's happened to Viper's off the circuit? What's gone on for Viper? And he's dropped all the way down the order there. Viper has there, and I'm not sure what's happened there, but Viper's had some major issues there. He was in the top 10, and now he is down in a 13th position there, and he's behind his teammate as well. So as a Gurman is looks like he's it looks like the Viper is allowed to overtake those positions there, but he can't move himself back up as he went off the track. Then when you go off the track there, the drivers are allowed to overtake, aren't they? But that's a shame now for Vapor Shadow. What a disappointing That's very disappointing then, isn't it? He's got a 3-second penalty now, Shadow has as well. And so it's a bit of a snowball effect there, isn't it? So Bernd Mailander currently in the red Mercedes safety car, isn't it? So lovely stuff. As we're going to see a lot of red cars taking the lead in this year. Then the likes of Emerson in the Ferrari, of course, Pillars in the Alfa Romeo, albeit it's a white and burgundy red, isn't it? Really, but there we go. So yes, we will be seeing a lot of red cars, I think, in action at this. In this race, Just Mercer just asked what's on the German. He's taken a pit stop, so he's came in the pits, swapped to the hard tires. It was a strategy call there, I think, for German X. He didn't have any damage, so shot for the nose cone here at the Alfa Romeo. So yes, he just put a new set of boots on then, as it was a strategy call then. William down in 18th position now. He's having a nightmare Grand Prix, William isn't he? Very much on the back foot. There's some major gremlins in that Williams car, isn't there? 2 retirements in the Grand Prix. We've lost Dynamo Dan, unfortunately. Didn't get past the excuse me. Didn't get past the finish line or the start line, and also he lost Jonathan Cox as well, who is had a big old smash, hasn't he there, and a bit of a nightmare event then for a bit of a nightmare there for Jonathan and for the Aston Martin team as well. But having said that, Gamers now into a very strong 11th position. Tango has left the session again then. What a shame that for Tango, I must say. That must be so frustrating. On board of Pease at the moment, so Pease then at the back of the crocodile. He's on the medium tires, so Pease is, as is Milan as well. 2 drivers then who had to come through the field in Bahrain as well, didn't they? They've had a tricky start to the season, haven't they? Both Milan and Pease. Of course, in qualifying, they've really showed their pace, don't they? But unfortunately, in the race, something just seems to go wrong, doesn't it, at the moment? But hopefully, they're just over there just using up a bit of their run of bad luck, and it'll be over in no time at all. And of course, next week's race, we go to the jewel in the crown of ALR and Formula One. It is the excuse me. It is the Monaco Grand Prix, isn't it? Of course, round 3 as well. It just feels so early, doesn't it, at the Monaco and Spanish Grand Prix? Right, safety car's in now. And look at his Pillars there. It's very much weaving from left to right there. He is trying to warm up those tyres. There's the Pillars inside. And there's the 2 Alfa Romeos there. Very much first and third at this moment in time then. And now we're going to be back racing in just a jiffy as well. And so when is Pillars going to drop the hammer down then and get going then? Of course, we had a couple of safety car. We had a couple of issues with the safety car restarts last week, didn't we? I think in COBALT we had an incident or two, didn't we? And I think we also had one in silver as well. Maybe. I can't remember. Or maybe I'm just making it up then. Right, Pillars, I should say, has dropped the hammer, and we are back racing then here in Barcelona. Lap 8 then of the Grand Prix as the yellow flags is coming in. And oh gosh, Troy is in trouble. He's in major trouble, Troy. What's going on? The Ferrari's crawling now. Oh no. And Troy's dropped all the way down the orders. He got damaged. It doesn't look like it, but Troy has had a nightmare restart there. And look at this, is that now we've got Tango and Los Sols there. Oh, banging wheels. Oh, contact there. Oh, goodness me, it's a mess. And oh, my word, there, and almost, and Los Sols almost comes back on the second, but he's off again. And oh, no, goodness me. And Los Sols there, I think, is not happy about that, is he? And he has damaged the car and out of the Grand Prix. Well, he's not out of the Grand Prix, is he? But I think that was a bit of frustration there for Los Sols, wasn't it? Pillars leads at second position, Chaz in third, Danger Times in fourth, fifth position is Carboy Cowie in sixth, and Liam seventh, Mr. Lee eighth, Murphy in ninth, and 10th is Gamer. Gurman is just outside the point to the 11th position. He's on the hard tires. Cowie's off. He's off. It's in turn number 9 again, and Cowie, who is in the points, is now out of the points. He's out of the race there. Oh my word, there. That turn number 10. No, it's getting very perilous as we've got another safety car second time within a lap. Oh my word. So Los Sols said he is still in the race at the moment. Los Sols has said. Maybe I was prematurely said he was going to be out of the race. Look at how damaged that AlphaTauri is. So he's lost the whole of the front wing then. So you're going to come back into the pits. And I think he might the safety car out. He shouldn't go a lap down then. But Cowie is out of the Grand Prix. He's our third retirement in this race. And Pease is in the pits. And they're using this safety car pair to his advantage. And we ain't even at 1/3 race distance yet. And the Mercedes mechanics are going to work there. And here they go then. So they're going on the hard tires. Pease has said. So how long is he going to be able to use those hard tires is the question. We're going to have to wait and see, because I have no idea, and that's what I love about it. And Cox Corner claims another victim, claims his first victim. I think it's the second victim. No, there is unfortunately Jonathan was the first victim of his corner there, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Lost Souls just knocking out the bollard there, and he's got to come into the pits there, and he's going to have to change. Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty as well. Souls has, and it's really oh goodness me, he's on a bit of a nightmare time in the AlphaTauri at the moment, isn't he? Good gosh, now, but he's coming in the pits, changing the nose cone now, and he'll be then he should be coming back out. He's gone on the medium tires there, Lost Souls is there, but he's got that 5-second penalty serve, and I wonder if he might just come back in the pits again. He's going to run out of tires sooner or later, isn't he? Lost Souls is, and so yes, we got a Vapor Shadow, who has just got a 3-second penalty under the safety car again then. So that's 2 penalties under safety car for Shadow. He also had issues there earlier on then. And he's off the track again, Shadow's been then. So there's some issues in that McLaren for Vapor Shadow then. Had a bit of a rough time then. As Serge was saying that Lost Souls is going to be driving angry now. I think he is, isn't he? I think he was furious about the incident there of himself and Tango, wasn't it? Unfortunately, it does take 2 to tango, doesn't it? There, and unfortunately, those two did get a bit of a tango. Lost Souls, and I think if we come back into the pits, safety car's out again then, but Bernd Mylander is, I've got to say, he's very much, he's earned his paycheck so far in ALR this season. We've had a lot of safety cars. We've had 6 in bronze, I think it was, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible race. And look at this AlphaTauri has seen better days, hasn't it? And a lot of is that scuff? So I'm not sure, to be honest. Anyway, and just on board then, yeah, the AlphaTauri is looking a little banged up there, isn't it? From Lost Souls' perspective, hopefully he can get himself back into the race as well. Let's see the safety car. I think I'm hoping the safety car will be in the next lap. I think Lost Souls would rather he's staying out. Lost Souls, and that's interesting. I thought he's going to come in the pits and try and serve that 5-second penalty, but then again, there might be another safety car in there. But of course. Hopefully not, though, because we like to get some racing going, won't we? The first 10 laps we have had 2 safety cars, and we've also had a virtual safety car as well after Dynamo Dunn had issues there at the beginning. Then we've also got, and a Wild Murphy has appeared then. Yes, he has. He's now to 8th position now, Dan Murphy has said. He has made the most, I think he's now made the most, he's the biggest mover, isn't he? He's at 12 positions now, Dan is. Mr. Elite is up a fantastic 9 positions, and Liam, up 7 positions. They were an absolute cracking time out there. German's down the most, but down the lead has dropped down the most, but he has done 6 laps. He has done 8 laps, hasn't he? But as done 8 laps, so he's just now on board with Lost Souls there as well, as he is just trying to catch up to the Crocodile, and now they are, and safety cars in the other side, and that is great to see. So William there is just kind of unfortunately he's just a lap down. When is William having a nightmare Grand Prix, just watching Pillars now as he has led this race from pole position so far, hasn't he? But we are not even half distance yet in the Grand Prix, as Pillars is trying desperately to warm up those tyres and before we get back going again, as oh, goodness me, and I think that Shadow's off again, I think, and he's lost another position there. It's a nightmare. There's a couple of drivers on a pretty difficult race so far. A back race now, Pillars lead, 2nd position is Emerson, now Chaz in 3rd position, and how long is it going to be then before the medium tyres then start to wear out, then 1/3 race distance, and who is going to, and when it's Emerson, and when it's a hard tyre, it's going to be the quicker tyre of the 2 tyres, like Liam, and Mr. Elite then going side by side, and we've also seen that Williams very close then into turn 1, and then who is that in the foreground? Is that Danger Times? Oh, Carboy's on the inside of Danger Times. Yes, he is. And Danger Times on the hard tire, of course. Remember that. The Williams is there. So of course, at the moment, Carboy is trying to use that advantage then. So back on board now with Mr. Murphy, who is in 8th position at the moment, but in the Red Bull. Is he having a look on the inside of Mr. Elite? Mr. Elite has left the door open there, or should I say, slightly ajar. But Murphy couldn't get through at that stage then. Serious was saying fair play to William. He never gives up then. He doesn't, does he? And he is a lap down, and it's going to just, I think it's going to be a difficult race for William now, isn't it? As we go through turn number 9 then. Gamer is in the points as well. Gamer had a horrible qualifying session, but goodness me, in the race, he's loving life now. Is he? Murphy at the inside. Not quite then. I know, who is that? That's German having a look there on the inside of Gamer. Of course, Gamer and German used to race together in silver, didn't they, a couple of seasons ago? And now they've both now been elevated into gold. Great to see, isn't it? Loving that. Milana is now just outside the points in 11th position at the moment. It's a good 7D there from that. Troy has dropped down to 12th position. We didn't see what happened. I wonder if he just ran wide out of the final turn, or was he helped then? Pillars set the fast up the race, and he's flying. He's 1.5 seconds in front of Emerson now. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. Then Gurman is alongside, doesn't need DRS, does he? And he's got a fresh set of tyres now. Gurman has it. He's now in 9th position then. How is his strategy going to unfold then? This is going to be an interesting one indeed. Tango's got past Troy. Troy is limping, isn't he? I think of the Ferrari. He is now down into 12th position. Tango is now up. No, Tango's up to 12th position. Troy down to 13th. Pease is just behind him as well in 14th position. On board with Gamer, who's dropped down into 10th position. Oh my gosh, what happened there with Gamer? He was fighting the car for some reason. Fighting the car. Something majorly went wrong there as the Haas car in the background, Milan having a sniff on the inside there. Gamer's left for session. That's why then. So there was looks like there's problems there for Gamer, and this is heartbreak for the Aston Martin driver. Murphy up the inside. Now he's going to have the outside. Mr. Lee is not going to wave him by though, is he? Look at this. Is that going to go on the outside? And Murphy thinks better of it. Another 3-second penalty then for Shadow as well. And now Murphy has gone for the old swapper, and he's down the outside. Then Murphy is he's having a look there. Mr. Lee there is trying to slam the door shut on the toes of Murphy, but Murphy's not giving up there. But Mr. Lee there, that was very wise there from Mr. Lee. I must say, hats off to him. He's using his wealth of experience in ALR there. Good stuff. As Shadow is out of the Grand Prix and he's gone off at the turn number, his virtual safety car, and he's gone off there, and unfortunately Shadow on a bit of a nightmare debut in his gold debut here tonight, isn't he? So Pillar says not going to be too happy with this, because he wants to pull away because he's on the side, he's on the fresher tyre at the moment, and he would probably want to pull away and Gamer's back in the session then. So hopefully I think that virtual safety car may have helped him not lose too many positions. I think he's only lost one position game round then, so that was quite lucky. Now Tango's in the pits and got onto the hard tyres then. Is that until the end of the race then? We've got 20 laps to go still. That's going to be quite a distance then. Well, we'll find out then. As drive-through penalty for lost souls for speeding under the virtual safety car. He's had a bit of a nightmare as he lost souls as Pillars is now leading. But look, Emerson's rolled over his gearbox there. Something's gone majorly wrong then. I wonder if Pillars did he have the wrong delta, or was it that Emerson was just in a bare part of track there? Very part. A difficult part of track there where and the yellow flag again then, and it's the Williams again there. Williams has got some major gremlins going on in that car tonight, hasn't he? I'm not sure what's going on there with William then. And Tango then, who is Lost Souls, has retired from the session there. He's gone off in a major way, and that's in turn 9. And Lost Souls out of the Grand Prix, and that is a shame now for Lost Souls then. So he is having a nightmare race as well. He is out of the Grand Prix, and that's a yellow flag in sector 2 then. Are we going to get another safety car here? I think it's going to be quite frustrating though for this man here, Pillars, because look, Emerson's now all over his gearbox. It is a safety car again, so we've got a third safety car in this Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, and my word then, it's absolute anarchy. We've lost 5 cars in this Grand Prix already. We have lost Dynamo Dan. We have also lost Jonathan Cowie, Vapor Shadows, who just commented saying he's had a horrible gold debut. But Sears Russian rightfully said that it's a long season. It is indeed that is, and this is a tough old race anyway. This Spanish Grand Prix, as a lot of drivers will find out into the pits, and the Williams mechanics are going to work. He's damaged the car. William has, and he's on the soft tyres now. William is, of course, and I think what William could be doing what William might be doing here, that he may be a lap down, but he can still get a point potentially there, as the attrition rate in this race so far is quite high. And not only that, then you also get points for the fast lap wherever you are in the field there. It is not just the top 10, of course, then. And just watching it at the moment. So at the moment, is Pillar's going to be coming in at the end of the lap? Then I'm wondering now, because I think the safety car has really ruined this first stint there for the likes of for Pillars. He probably wanted to pull away, didn't he? But he hasn't been able to really, because there hasn't been a long enough period in this race to pull away. It's been absolutely incredible. Pillars is in the pits, and Emerson stays out. Oh no, and now we've got both Alfa Romeos both in the pits, and this is going to be a loose situation there for Chaza. And who's staying out? And that's and I think it's Cardboy who's staying out. He is staying out then. So Cardboy is staying out. He's now in the second position then. As we're just watching the Alfa Romeo mechanics, they're going to have to do a double stack here. And look, yes, Chaza. Oh goodness me, that's the problem when you have two top drivers in the same team, and the Alfa Romeo mechanics are just trying to get back in position for the number 27 car. And look, he's even being held up now. Is he going to be behind? He's behind the Aston Martin, not quite. As I think Gavin is on the medium tyres then. Oh gosh. there. So everyone in that instance, Danger Times now on the medium tires. So Danger Times is taking this opportunity to go into the pits there and go into the medium compound then. Gamer dropping down to 14th position there. Look at Chazza. He has lost out to Milan, to Mr. Elite, to Murphy, to Tango, to Liam, to Danger Times. And he has lost a lot of positions in that pit stop window there. Unfortunately, but I think that, but unfortunately, Chazza, it was a lose-lose situation. I think because if Chazza stayed out, I think he would have now been out of sync. Then, so that is such a shame. Then. No, it's such a shame then, isn't it? It's a Dynamite Dance left the session as well after retiring earlier on then. So, who didn't come in the pits then? So, Troy isn't in the pits. He's done 14 laps on those hard tyres. Same as Emerson as well. Carboy has done 14 laps on the medium tyres. He hasn't stopped yet. Gurman has stopped. He's now elevated himself up into third position there. But he has done 9 laps on those hard tyres. 5 laps for Pease, who, of course, is now going to be much more happier in life then after being at the back of the field then for most of this Grand Prix. But we ain't even at half distance yet. 3 safety cars. Burn Mylander very much giving himself a proper run out tonight, isn't he? On board now with Emerson then. So Emerson's going to have to really put his toe down now and get some qualifying laps in when the safety car comes in there. As of course, he's now going to be out of sync then with and in Pillars it's only 6, so he is still within. There he is. And there's Pillars. He is still within striking distance there. Danger Times on the medium tires. He's got to do half race distance on those medium tires. Can those medium tires do 16 laps out? Well, Carboy I think has answered that question for us because he's done 16 laps already on those tires and he's having to a very nice second position. However, of course, that is with a lot of these racing laps have been beyond the safety car, which might have extended the tire life, the tire duration of a Carboy potentially, and that might be and of course that might be one of the reasons why Carboy is able to stay out then for so long on those medium compound tires. So then, let's take stock. We're on lap 16 out of 33. It is Emerson who leads the Grand Prix. Carboy is in second. Third position is Gurman. Fourth is Pease. Troy in fifth position. Pillars, the pole sitter, is down to 6th, but he's just made a stop. Seventh position is Danger Times. Liam is in 8th position. Ninth position is Tango. 10th position is Murphy. Mr. Lee just outside the top 10 in 11th position. 12th position is Milan with Chazza in 13th. The biggest loser in this safety car period. 14th position is Gamer. William down in 15th position and a lap adrift at the moment in the Williams car. So Emerson then leading the Grand Prix. This is the first time he's led the Grand Prix first time he's led this Grand Prix. Did he lead in Bahrain? So I can't remember if he did. Safety cars at the end of the lap. This might be the first time he's led this season in round 2 then. No, just on board. Sirius said, someone's loving this race, but I'm not sure saying this name always ends badly. It does indeed then, doesn't it? So, I'm not going to say anything either, but I think I know exactly who you mean. It's been a cracking opening couple of laps. Opening that stint now, hasn't it, for this particular driver. Emerson then is now going to... I thought Carboy went off there. Emerson just warming up these hard tyres. The hard tyres are going to need a bit more harder work than the medium tyres, of course, but there's only 2 drivers on the medium tire. Sorry, 3 drivers on the medium tire because Gamer's on the medium as well. We're back where he said. Emerson leads. Carboy in second position. Third position is there is Gurman. Fourth is Pease. And look at this. Emerson is already going for it, and he's side by side. It's wheel to wheel stuff like Senna and Mansell back in 91. Then Pillars has now been to fifth position there, and he is through. Good stuff indeed. Then Milan has got past Mr. Elite then right the way down into turn 1 as well. And the Haas car is now back up into 11th position there. Mr. Elite dropping down into 12th and on board now with Danger Times. Then of course the Grand Prix winner from last weekend. He is in 7th position at this moment in time on the medium tyres, and he's going to have to do a bit of babysitting, I think, on these medium tyres to get him to the end of the race. I feel that is a very long stint for Gamer and for Danger Times that has accelerated away. Carboy, though, haven't said that though. Carboy should be our measuring stick here, and he's doing an absolutely amazing job, isn't he? So just on board now with Gurman as he's flying through turn number 9 as well. Look at this, he's all over the back end. Oh god, that's a appalling shot. And Carboy is now been overtaken by Gurman. Gurman sives through up into second position then, and now he's got 5 lap younger tyres than Emerson, hasn't he, at this stage of the Grand Prix? Is he going to be able to use that to his advantage? And Emerson is 1.5 seconds in front of Gurman at the moment then. So of course Gurman, a 4-time Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold, and of course he is a silver world champion. He's had a lot of success in ALR, hasn't he? And of course said it's been very much richly deserved, hasn't it? Because Gurman is a very good driver, to say the least. And so is his gentlemen, here is Pease at the moment, also a three-time Grand Prix winner, three-time Grand Prix as well. Having a look on Cardboy, but he was not close enough alongside that. As Chazza dropping down to 14th position there, as Gamer's now moved himself up into 13th. Of course, Gamer is on the faster tyre at the moment, the medium compound tyre side, and Gamer's on the outside. That's an incredible manoeuvre. He is on the outside, passes Mr. Elite. Yes, he does have a tyre advantage, and Mr. Elite there is going to be overtaken on the outside twice, is he? He is there, and yes, and Mr. Elite is dropped down into 40th position. Oh gosh, he's coming back at him, but Chazza has the opposition. He has the racing line there. Good stuff. The Gamer Cardboy has got a 3-second penalty. Only 2 drivers got penalties so far, as Mr. Elite dropping all the way down to the back of the field, unfortunately. Emerson leads then, but it's a second now because Gurman is catching as well. Peace is now up in the third position, passes Cardboy as well. So that is important manoeuvre there for Peace. Good stuff indeed. Then we're just watching Infamous Pillars, who is currently about 3-4 seconds behind the race leader at the moment, which is Emerson, who has stayed out on that safety car restart. And Cardboy is struggling now. Look at this, and he might be dropping down the field there. I wonder what Cardboy's doing. Tango's in major trouble. He's in major trouble, and he's spun it there. Tango's dropped down the order. Pillars has got past Cardboy, moved up into 4th position. Danger Times got past Troy, who is now dropped down to 7th position. Both Ferrari drivers are on the same strategy at the moment, aren't they? And but it's not working out too well for Troy, and I don't think it's going to be working out too well for the world champion Emerson either, as he is now starting to sink into the clutches of Gurman. And now with Pease and Pillars also in free air, I think that they're going to now be getting after Emerson, aren't they? On lap 19 out of 33, on board with Cardboy. He is, of course, I got to say, these tyres are not going to pass an MOT test, are they, by the end of this one? But he's doing a magnificent job to keep those tyres in the operating window, and great stuff indeed there for Cardboy. But Danger Time said it's all over the back, isn't he? As we got yellow flags there, is one of someone's had an I think it was as Chazza there. I thought you almost crashed there. Someone's had an excursion there, unfortunately. I know, I think it's William again now, and major gremlins there. What a shame now for William there. He's having a nightmare Grand Prix, isn't he? I'm back on board now with Danger Time as well, and he has got the fresh tyres, hasn't he? I'm wondering then, is Emerson going to try and extend the stint then and go onto the soft tyres in the Grand Prix? Is that a possibility with 13 laps to go then? That might be a possibility. As a serious Russian, what a move by Chaz. It was a cracking manoeuvre, wasn't it? And it was a good manoeuvre there for Gamer as well. And just now, now we're just on board with Danger Times. He's a bit too far back at the moment, isn't he? So that's a very good point. And so I'm wondering if Emerson and Cardboy and Troy are extending this stint, and they're going to go on the soft tyre until the end of the Grand Prix. I know, just now back on board then with Danger Time as well, and good speed there, going over the grass slightly as he is trying to push on. Troy is still in the facility there. There's Murphy in 9th position now, just behind Liam, who is having a very solid race in the Mercedes. Good stuff indeed there, as both Mercedes are in the top 10 at the moment. Both Ferraris are also in the top 10. It's great to see, isn't it? And lovely stuff there. There's a Cardboy there, wandering out there, almost onto the edge of the circuit there, and that's not where you want to be, is it? Cardboy now is going to be feeling Danger Times on the back of himself. Up the inside there, up the other side there. Oh, goodness me, there's a bit of a love tap there from Cardboy. And he is now through and up in to 5th position there. Cardboy dropping down to 6th position there. Chazza has just got past Gamer and moved up into 11th position there. So Chazza is just on the outskirts of the points as well. Unfortunately for Chaz, then he was on a great race, wasn't he? Up until where he had that issue with where he had to queue in the pit lane, didn't he? So that has really hurt Chaz, hasn't it? But he is now back. He is now trying to get himself back into the race. And so good stuff indeed there. So we got another yellow flag there. It's the Williams again. William there has got some major handling problems, hasn't he? I don't think it's not William there. There's something majorly wrong with that Williams car today, isn't it? As Chaz has got a 3-second penalty there, pushing the limits a bit too far now in the Alfa Romeo. And now those 3-second penalties that could hurt a couple of drivers, and Cardboy might be one of them as well. And Cardboy is starting to really slip into the clutch. He's trying to extend this stint there, lap 21, and I think I'm sure Emerson and the two Ferraris of Emerson and Troy and Cardboy are going to try and get to the soft tyres, aren't they? I'm sure they're going to try it, aren't they? No one has used the soft tyres in this Grand Prix yet, though, have they? So it's going to be very difficult to gauge about what their life is going to be. Now as we come over coming over the hill as well and dropping down, and that Mercedes then. I think well, yeah, Aston Martin actually. It's Gamer then who had a brush on the wall and great save there for Gamer. I don't think he's damaged the car. I'm not sure he's damaged the car. My word, then that was quite a goodness me, that was quite a scary moment there, wasn't it? I think front two got quite good pace at the moment because Peas and Pillars are not actually reeling them in yet. So I wonder if there's a bit of tire safe in there. And look, here's German now. Danger Time set the fast line. German is flying. He's on the inside. He passes Emerson, takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. And those 5 laps there were crucial. Murphy's got past. As we've got 3 cars having a look there. Where is Murphy? I can't even see him. There's Murphy. Oh no, all 3 of them have come to blows. Milan, Murphy and Liam have all come to blows, and out goes Milan. Oh my word, it's a safety car. It's a safety car there, and that is oh goodness gracious me. And that is not that's not used at all. That's not good at all. Is Milan out of the Grand Prix, and he is not going to be. He's not going to be very happy about that as well, because that looked quite messy indeed. 11 laps to go in the Grand Prix. We've got a safety car again. I think this is the 4th safety car in the race, isn't it? German is just taking the lead of the Grand Prix as well. Then, so it's Emerson going to come in the pits now. The field is quite bunched up, isn't it? So Emerson's got to do some overtaking then, and I'm wondering what tires is the double world champion going to go on now. As of course, I think his options. I think we've just seen. Serious Rush said William used soft sand. As Serious Rush has also gone holy sheesh as well. As that was a 3-car pilot there between Murphy, Liam, and Milan then, and all those drivers. I think we're going to be going on the we're going to be going to the end of the race there. Into the pits there comes Emerson, and so here we go then. He's been on 21 lap old tires and I think his teammate's going to be in the... but Pillar's in the pits as well. Everyone's in the pits apart from German and Pease. Oh, my golly gosh. So this safety car period has really shook things up then, and Emerson is going to be grinning from ear to ear then. So this is exactly what Emerson would have wanted. That is there. And now look at this. Pullers, I can't even say his name now. Is just come out right behind. And Danger Time's on the medium tires. Danger Time. Everyone else has gone soft. So Chaza also in the pits. Well, Troy may have hasn't lost. I haven't been too bad for Troy, has it then? So he's still in 9th position now. Chaza in 10th position. And Murphy on those soft tires. And Gamer's gone to the medium tires by the looks, and so is Liam as well as William there also on soft. And German, Pease, Mr. Elite and Tango have all stayed out, and this is going to be quite a longish safety car period, probably about 3 laps then with that instant net, because they got a lot of carbon fibre to clear out there from Milan and Murphy and Liam's crash there on board with German, so he leads the Grand Prix. The top 4 have not stopped in this recent safety car period then. So that's German, 17 laps on these hard tires, 13 laps for Pease, 7 laps for Mr. Elite, 9 laps for Tango. So this is going to be a very interesting. It's going to be very interesting towards the end of this Grand Prix, isn't it? Out of the points so far is Murphy then in 11th position now. He was doing quite well in the top 10, wasn't he? Gamer in 12th position now on the medium tires. Liam Yan 13th also on the medium tires as well. I'm wondering if I'm surprised that the 3 drivers, surprised Danger Times, Gamer and Liam have all gone to the medium tires. I'm sure the soft tires will get to the end from here, or are these drivers just pushing the envelope then? Well, we're going to have to find out then. We're going to have to wait and see, because of course, good things comes those as wait, isn't it? Is that the Guinness advert? Possibly. Or is that John Smith? I don't know. We've got Becca saying that a crazy race said Emerson with Hamilton's luck there. Yes, indeed, is it? As I thought the safety car may not help Emerson, but everyone else came into the pits as well. So yes, indeed, because I think that Emerson there on those soft tires onto the end of the race. So goodness gracious me, good stuff. We have also got Serious Motion said, and we have to. We have to come. Oh, because all right, 1 minute. Let me pick up my phone. I know we have it to come back at scary times then. And yes, indeed, then, of course, the Spanish Grand Prix, of course, which the silver drivers being involved in tomorrow then. Becca and Serious Mushroom, of course, said will be driving in the silver division tomorrow then for their respective teams. Of course, Serious Mushroom driving for the Haas car, which he absolutely loves, and Becca driving the Williams car. Unfortunately, the race last week for Becca didn't go very well, did it? As unfortunately, she had a technical gremlin on her controller. Was just on board with the German then. So when's the safety car going to come in? And the Croc Crocodiles caught up all apart from William. Hats off to William, by the way, there. He's been a lap down for almost the entire race there with major issues on that Williams car, and yet he's still in this race. So, yeah, I tip my two payoff to you, good sir. Fantastic. Taking a list of retirements, then we've lost Milan, lost Souls, Vapor, Cowie, Jonathan, and Dynamo Dan, all out of the Grand Prix. 14 cars remain out of the 20 that started then. German, Pease, Mr. Lee, and Tango are going to be very concerned then with just 9 laps to go then, because they're going to be very concerned about the soft runners, and they're going to be charging at him, aren't they? I think the safety car may be out for one more lap, though. Maybe out for one more lap then, which, of course, also helps. Who is this going to help then? Is this... No, then it's coming in the end of this lap, and I tell a lie. It is coming in the end of this lap, and the lights are off. Burmeilander is going to vanish off into the distance. There he goes then. And who's this going to help? Is this going to help? Is this going to help the hard runners, or is this going to help the soft runners? Soft runners then. Is it going to be easy for the soft runners to get to the end of the race then, or is this just too much of a long stint then? Albeit there's only 9 laps, isn't it? We haven't seen any. The only soft runner we've seen so far in this whole event has actually been William then, up until this moment in the race then, and now we're back racing once again then, and now go, because we're coming down the hill then, and Mr. Elite then is having a look there, but there's no dice on his piece. He needs to repel the attack there. Emerson on the outside, Emerson's on the outside, he takes Tango, he is through, and past Tango. Pillars needs to get through as well, he is on the soft tire, he needs to use this to his advantage, but Tango is, Tango now has defended the inside there, inside there, so he's going on the inside, and a yellow flag there is, William now is off once again, and Tango's dropping down the order, he has dropped down the order then, and Emerson's now all over the back of his former teammate, Mr. Elite then, and look, Pease and Pillars is trying to get through as well, as I think Pillars is trying to follow Emerson through. Oh goodness gracious me, golly gosh, he's on the inside track position, and Mr. Elite has been wrong foot there, and Tango and Mr. Elite are fighting, they're going to go side by side, no way, amazing stuff there from Tango on the outside, absolutely incredible, oh my word then, and look at this then, and now we got danger times on the medium tyres then, and look as well, oh that was absolutely stupendous, that really was, and that could have been an airplane crash, but the two drivers so skilled and respectful of each other, fantastic. William out of the Grand Prix on lap 25, and the Chaz is trying to get past Carboy. Carboy is having none of it. Oh, but the Chaz is now going to stick up the inside. He's back in the right position. Chaz is saying, look at the queue behind these cars as we're going through to complete lap 24. Emerson is all over the back of Pete. And look, Emerson can see the Grand Prix, the leader now, the Grand Prix, and Emerson now, he's going up the inside. He takes Pete, but Pete is coming back at him now. Pete is coming back at him, and they're fighting here, but Emerson has the tyres, doesn't he now? And he is through and up into second position now. And look at this, and Pete is trying to defend the inside, so Pillars is going to go on the outside. Incredible, absolutely amazing stuff indeed there, but Pease is not giving up there, he's back on the inside, but Pease, now Pillars is on the inside then for turn number 5 or 6 or something like that, I don't know where I am, and Pease dropping down into full position now, goodness gracious me, then fantastic stuff then, as what some overtakes in this last section of the race have been absolutely mesmerising. Murphy is all over the back of, no he isn't, it's Troy, he's all over the back of Murphy, he is through, and Murphy down to 11th position, Troy has moved to 10th position, Chaz is on the inside of Mr. Elite, having a lunge, he's through, the hard runners are struggling now, aren't they, as of course that as the tyres that are just, of course they're quite hard, aren't they, they're more durable, the hard tyres are of course, oh my goodness me. William now having a nightmare race out of the Grand Prix, but hats off to William now for staying in it as long as he did. That's really impressive stuff. Now Emerson, then of course Emerson didn't get a podium last while, did he? But looks like he's come back with a vengeance now. And Emerson also sets the fastest up of the Grand Prix. He is gaining on the German there. German is trying to weave, trying to break the slipstream. German's got good top end speed on the McLaren, 27 out of 33. German is still in the lead of the race. I have no idea who I'm going to be chatting to in the next couple of minutes or so. As this top 3 is going to be changing. I think that on board there with the on board the side pod as well. Pillars wants his second Grand Prix win. Emerson wants his 31st Grand Prix win. Oh my golly gosh then, as German will love his 5th Grand Prix win, and there's Pease who will love his 4th Grand Prix win. All these top 4 have been Grand Prix winners in ALR, haven't they? And they're going toe to toe in Spain, aren't they? And look at this then, and now German there is going to be, it's been a repelling attack quite nicely actually, hasn't it? Tango doing a good job as well on those 13 lap out hard tires. Well, Carboy's got a 3-second penalty, unusual for Carboy to get penalties, but that's his second 3-second penalty in the Grand Prix so far. Oh, goodness me. Back on board now then with the back on board with did Pillars go into the back of Emerson now? Oh goodness me, he's got damage to his wing then as oh gosh, there's Chaz has got a 3-second penalty as well. The penalty is starting to rack up that with this. Has been a very long race, hasn't it? Been a brutal old race. Emerson is falling back at the moment, isn't he? He is struggling for pace because look, Pillars is all over him like a rash, and he's trying to break the system. The double world champion is in major trouble here because he's now going to be overtaken, I think. And Pillars is on the outside, Emerson's on the inside, Pillars is on the outside. Look right, and Emerson there just about repelling the attack of Pillars. He is in absolutely tremendous form in this part of the career of Pillars. He's flying out there at the moment. Absolutely mega stuff indeed from both drivers, and this is a great bar as well. Look, Pease is still hanging on there in the background as well. The 22-lap tires. The German's been on. He came into the pits on the first safety car, didn't he? And he's not been in the pits since then. The McLaren driver is extending this stint as long as possible, isn't he? On board now with the pole sitter for Pillars at the moment. And it's, oh gosh, Danger Times is facing the wrong way. Oh no, Danger Times is facing the wrong way. Oh goodness me. They're going back to the front then. I think the Pillars would have hoped to have got that overtake done last time out when Emerson was still behind German. And look at this, that is Mr. Elite and Troy. Now Troy is through and passes Mr. Elite. Mr. Elite is trying to get himself back in there, but No Dice said is he's now up in 8th position there. Mr. Elite down of Murphy in 10th position then. Back with the front end. And look at how extreme this weaving is now. Look at that more. Emerson setting up fastest up on the race then. He's now coming. He's coming for it. Look at this, and German. Oh, where's he going? He's going on the outside, so German stays on the inside and he's fighting, and German goes wide as he possibly can. And goodness me, defending there from German. On board now with Peace, and he's always picking up a bit of grass. And 5-second penalty as 5-second penalty for Danger Times. Tango's left for Sasha. Now 3-second penalty for Murphy as well. Oh my word! And Murphy's now that penalty's going to call. Is going to. Oh my goodness me! And Pillars is up the inside. He is. He's out the inside out. Turn 5 into 6. Emerson is trying to cut across there as we go into. Oh look at this! And oh my goodness me! How are they still going? That's incredible. Emerson almost put a wheel on the grass there. Mega racing. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. This is the wrong camera shot. Oh, absolutely brilliant stuff there. Yellow flag in one then as someone's had a problem there down the I think it's Danger Times is out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. What an incredible defending there from German. What incredible racing between Pillars and Emerson. Fantastic. And Pease is just hoping that is just going to be sitting on the back of him, hoping that these guys trip up. Oh my goodness me. We've already seen a 3-car pileup, didn't we? Which was the result of the last safety car out of the final turn once again. And once again, German there, who knows that it's a long old straight, isn't it there? It is indeed. So look at this. They're just weaving this way and that way. Look at this. Emerson once again. And once again, and he's going to go on the outside there. Then German there is just feathering to the inside. This time Emerson has got the high ground. He's got the position there. He takes the lead there. And look at this. And look on the left hand side. Are we going to see Pillars? Oh my goodness me, we do see Pillars. And Pillars there, and German are cutting across him, trying to defend. And look at this. And they're going into turn number 4 as well. This is getting very hair and scare. Emerson now needs to pull away with 3 laps to go there. And Pillars on the inside, dives on the inside, but German, oh my word, that German just brings so much later, doesn't he? Wow, incredible stuff there. As German very much Ricciardo-esque in his braking tonight, isn't he? Fantastic. As he thinks where you should brake, he says where you should brake, he counts 3 seconds after, doesn't he? German does incredible. And now then Pillars said it's going, oh, he's doing it this way and that way. Oh, the inside. Oh, contact! There's been contact between Pillars and Emerson. Oh my goodness me. Oh my word. And Emerson's been spun around there. And we got major damage on Pillars there. Oh gosh, and Emerson's been spun around, and German retakes the lead of the Grand Prix, and Emerson dropping down the 3rd position there. There is contact, absolute contact there. Oh goodness me. And I know as German there trying to defend his position once again as into the pits comes Pillars. What a shame there. And look at Pease, and Pease is coming. He's coming, and there he goes. He takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, but he goes in deep. There's contact. There's more contact, and Pease is around. Pease is around, and he's back cracked into the barrier. Chazzel's up in the third. Oh my gosh there. And oh my word, this is an absolute sensational end to the Grand Prix. Oh, and Pease is around again then. Oh my word there. And I think he's got damage there. Pillars has just come out of the pits in 12th position there. Oh, and Gamer is now up into 8th position there, getting past Mr. Elite, who's in 9th position. Murphy in 10th at the moment. Oh my word, down there. Liam, yeah, into a very strong 7th position now. Tango in a very solid 5th position. Carboy in 4th. 3rd position is Chazza. Emerson in 2nd position there. This is the leader still. German has repelled the attack, hasn't he? For so long then on lap 31 then. Out of 33. Oh my gosh, there. Absolutely incredible stuff, Ben. As this race has gone completely off the wall, hasn't it? My golly gosh, then. Absolutely incredible. 12 cars remain then. Out of the 20 that started. Yellow flag in 2 as Pease is in the wall and he's rolling backwards down the circuit there. Oh goodness me, I think that's a very frustrated Pease who's had a cracking race, hasn't he? As Troy has now got a penalty. Lap 32 out of 33. Emerson is struggling to keep up at the moment. He's out of DRS then from German at the moment. As Emerson, I wonder if that spin cooked his tyres as he's trying to get those tyres back into an operating temperature there. Emerson there is there's a Tango's over to 4th. Tango's over to a fantastic 4th position there. And Gamer who's Gamer is flipping so the third there. And oh gosh there. And it's getting very precarious there. And Liam's dropped down to 9th position there. And now we got Pease who's got a 10-second penalty. Mr. Elite there is having a look on the inside now. He's going for it. He's having a look. Oh my goodness me. And Mr. Elite up into 9th position there. Liam dropped down to 10th. He got damage. 5-second penalty there for Gamer for 5-second penalty for Gamer for gaining an advantage there. So I think that must be from turn 1. Oh dear. Oh my word, and look at this, and this is the battle for the lead, then it continues, and Emerson there, I think he's got one more opportunity, hasn't he? German now needs to, can German now get a good run off of the final turn there to get his 5th Grand Prix win there. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed, and we're on board now with German then into the Mickey Mouse chicane. Here he is then. I wonder if he's got damage to the back of this car, hasn't he? But even so, he still has the tyre life. He is about 5/10 of a second away. German just trying to weave, isn't he? He's trying to weave, he's trying to break the slipstream there, and German's still trying to break the slipstream there. Emerson is coming, we're on board the Ferrari driver now. He's gone on the outside, so German's going on the inside. He parks on the inside. German, he's left him just about Ferrari's cars with, and Emerson is on the outside. No, he isn't there. He's dropped back there. German defending there for all that he can now. Oh, goodness me. Pease is furious, isn't he, with that after what's happened in this race. What a shame there. And Emerson there is going wide, and Pillars set the fast lap race. That is crucial because that is also a point as well. Carboy is dropping down the order. He's down to 8th position now. German there is still repelling the attack. There's one more DRS zone to go through. Carboy is limping. There's problems there. He's got wing damage. Carboy has. And oh, goodness me. I think he's not going to be able to get to the end, I don't think. And look at this. And here are the two leaders once again. Carboy has got 16-second bump to himself in Pillars. And then Emerson is going down the inside. Contact. He is sending it all out. And he's sending it all against the wall there. And Emerson leads the Grand Prix with just 2, 3, 4 corners to go. Oh my goodness me. And did German leave the door open there, or was that from a very long way back? Oh my word then. Out of the final turn, and Emerson wins his 31st Grand Prix win. He's only led 2 corners in this race. Emerson wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh no, German wins the Spanish Grand Prix. German wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh my word, I didn't even know Emerson had a penalty. Oh gosh then, so German wins. Oh my word then. Oh gosh, then that was an absolutely incredible end to an incredible race then. And that is German's, let me get this right, that is German's fifth Grand Prix win of his career. Carboy just about survives then to keep that final point then. We didn't see what happened to Carboy in the end, did we? And of course, Pillars does get that bonus point then for fastest lap. And so once again, we have 11 drivers scoring points tonight. Goodness me. Ooh, my word. And there he is, and German, who is top, is going to be on top of the world, and he's going to be absolutely loving it. His driver of the day was, I think it was Dan Murphy, wasn't it? Potentially. And absolutely incredible stuff. And German wins the Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed, and it's brilliant stuff. That's his 5th Grand Prix win of his career for German. Absolutely magical stuff, Fed. Amazing stuff, Fed. And there he is, and what a drive it was that German there did 1 stop less than majority of the field there. He stayed on those hard tires for 23 laps. Incredible. And so let's take a final look at this classification then from the Spanish Grand Prix. German, their 5th Grand Prix win of his career. Fantastic. Second position was Emerson today. I completely missed the other penalty there. Apologies for that. Chaza in 3rd position in the Alfa Romeo. Then good comeback after that pit stop there. Troy in 4th position as well. Kept his head nicely. Mr. Lee in 5th position there. Murphy is in 6th. 7th position is Tango. 8th is Gamer. 9th is Liam. Yeah, and it's Pillars who gets the final point. And so Pillars gets 2 points today as he gets a point for fastest up as well. Carboy in 11th position there. Damaged his wing in the end, didn't he? Which costs him points there. Retirements. He's retired late on. 12th position, 13th was Danger Time said. William out of the race said, and an awful day. Milan in 15th. Lost Souls, Shadow, Cowie, Jonathan, and Dynamo Dan all retired from this incredible, where are we? Spanish Grand Prix. Oh, goodness me. I have been joined in the gantry now by our 3 rostrum drivers. And, of course, that is German, Emerson, and Chaza. Let's start off with German first. German, an absolutely incredible race today. And you had an incredible defence there between yourself and Emerson. What an incredible! I must say, I thought Emerson was just going to wander up to the back of you and just like overtake you. But my goodness me, you made it so hard. How incredible was that? Oh, you certainly did. Then this is your 5th Grand Prix win of the season as well. And of course, I've been saying that you're definitely one of the favourites to be fighting for that championship. In that championship going forward. Then, how are you thinking for the remainder of the season? Brilliant stuff. Well done, Gerben. Fantastic. Emerson, you were 2nd today then. My goodness me, I didn't even know you had a penalty. So there's me going wild about you winning. But in the end now, you got 2nd today. Cracking stuff. Well done, Emerson. Brilliant stuff indeed. And let's go to Chazo in 3rd position then. Chazo, what a drive today. My goodness me. I thought it was all over when you had a QB in your pit stop. Well, this week that certainly did nothing. It was a fantastic race. Right, your 2nd podium of your career, and of course, and it really, you've got to say, you was absolutely lightning in the bottle, especially towards the end of this race. Then, and where do you think it turned around for you? Because I must say, with all the chaos going on, I only noticed you was in 3rd in the dying emblems of that race. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well done, Chaz. Well done, Gurman. Well done, Emerson. Then, and that is it then for tonight. And goodness me, I've been live for 2 hours and 23 minutes. That's enough of me for one night, isn't it? We'll see you tomorrow for silver then, as we are back in Barcelona once again then for round 2 of